Farther south you go, the more likely it is that you'll be seeing snow.
It is a Monday morning. Can I point out right now we're 23 days away from the official start of spring.
Yes.
But we're not there yet.
Oh, so close yet so far. Let's check in with meteorologist Rod Hill. He is tracking all things weather this morning. Rod, what are you doing?
Good morning. So here we go. This is the update. A lot of you probably kept updated over the weekend. Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino was in last night. Notice Longview, nothing. And with this system going this way, curling up toward Portland and then moving off to the east, we're just on the back edge of this. And in fact, some of our Futurecast models show we could be drying in Portland as soon as 8 o'clock this morning. But in the meantime, everything you see on the radar, it's all white. That is snow. And again, here's that edge right now. Just starting to see some flurries up north in the battleground. It's possible you folks up in Longview either just get a flurry or stay completely dry. Brenda mentioned earlier in the show that the big story is the farther south down I-5 you travel today. Wells Fargo temperature 36. Now that's a temperature out along the Columbia River. When I drove into downtown Portland a little bit ago, it was 33 degrees. We'll give you some snow amounts coming up. We'll talk more about the 7-day behind me coming up as well. But it looks like Portland anywhere from flurries to as much as 2 inches on the ground between now and about 8 o'clock this morning. Chris McGinnis is up. Rise and shine. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, Rod. And I want to take the town real quick, give you a quick snapshot of some of those ODOT cameras. This is down in the Albany area. Check that out. That's I-5, and it is snow covered down there. The farther south you go, the snowier it's going to get. Kind of tough to see the camera here through the snow covering the camera lens. That's at Highway 34, again, down towards the Albany and area and point south. Perkins Road, a little closer to Salem. You can see some snow cover there. We bring it closer to the metro area. This is a live look at I-5 near Wilsonville. It's snowing, but that is not impeding the drive right now on that side of town, guys. Check this out. Those cars are northbound and whizzing by at pretty close to a speed limit clip there. So we'll stay on top of that for you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Chris. We want to check in with Tim Gordon. He's making his way down I-5 heading to Salem.
Not there yet, but getting close. Tim, I believe you're a little bit north in Kaiser right now, correct?
Yeah, just a little north of Kaiser at the Brooks Jervis exit, you guys. And, you know, we're going to make it to Salem. Who knows how far south we'll go. But we have found snow here. It's, 33 degrees by the car thermometer. You can see the snow coming down. You can see a little bit of it sticking on some vehicles, the grass over there. But on the roadway itself, so far, it's really pretty good. This parking lot is just wet at this point. And that's kind of what we saw coming down, Chris mentioned Wilsonville. It was snowing pretty heavy starting in about Wilsonville for a while. Then it let up a little bit, and here it's coming down pretty good again. So, but the I-5 drive so far has not been too bad. The further south we go, we'll see how we do. We expect it'll start to stick, and probably as long as that temperature gets down to actually freezing, we're going to see it really start to stick much better. But that's the situation for here now. It's blowing right in my face. A happy Monday morning. We got more snow at the end of February. This is crazy. We're going to go find some more of it in Salem and possibly point south. We'll see where we end up, and we'll be back with you guys a little bit later on. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Well, Eugene is getting hit hard this morning, and it's causing some issues for drivers. Take a look at this video somebody posted overnight. You can see, look at that car just sliding down the street. Now, we've seen lots of videos popping up on Snapchat all night. Some people have been out having a little fun and playing in the snow. We went to Eugene last night to hear from people about how they feel about the weather.
I am prepared for snow. Yeah, I'm gonna have some hot tea here and get a bottle of red wine.
We are ready for it. We've been really excited for it and hoping to get out of school tomorrow.
We will see. There are already some closures for students and power outages too. Take a look at this power map. Right now, thousands of people between Eugene and Roseburg are without power.
I guess the best thing to do if you're concerned about it is give yourself a little extra time to get out the door this morning, just in case there are any slick spots that you encounter. KGW's Christine Pitawanich is live in Drive 8, checking out the road conditions. Last time we saw your shot, you were over in the Gresham area, Christine.
And we're still in the Gresham area. Good morning to you, by the way. I'll let you look at the roads right now. it is actually just starting to stick a little bit on the roads. And I mean, this just started happening probably in the last 5 or so minutes. Right now we're driving on Southeast 181st. We're approaching that light, that is Division. And I can tell you that on our way out from downtown Portland, 84 was still looking clear as of probably about a half an hour ago. Things were looking clear up until about 5 minutes ago. The car next to us, you can see that red car, has snow a little bit on there. I can tell you on the sides of the road, at some points, snow is building up as well. And the showers have been coming down a little harder. That's been in the last 5 or 10 minutes as well. So we'll continue to monitor what's going on out here in the Gresham area and potentially in the nearby and surrounding roads, trying to give you guys a look at what it's really like for especially our commuters out there who are trying to see whether they should head into work. But for now, things looking pretty okay, but you never know with these types of conditions. In the last 5 minutes, I told you, things started sticking. So we'll see you soon. Back to you.
Yes, we will be in close contact. Thank you, Christine.
All right, we know ODOT is keeping a close eye on the gorge this morning during this most recent bout of winter weather.
I-84 is the biggest concern. You'll remember this scene from 2 weeks ago. Snow and ice caused a huge traffic mess, leaving drivers stranded there for hours. Well, this time, ODOT says it's doing more to prevent that. That includes enforcing trucks, making sure they chain up.
We're trying to make sure that we've got all of our tools ready to go and we don't see a repeat of that out there. We've got additional equipment staged out there. There's going to be additional enforcement of the chain requirements on the trucks, which was really the cause of the problems that we had out there earlier this month.
As for the Portland area, crews spent the last few days putting down de-icer. ODOT says it also has salt, sand, and plows ready to go if needed.
Well, extra shelter beds are available for the homeless in Portland. Severe weather shelters are open at Bud Clark Commons, that's at Northwest 6th and Hoyt, and Imago Day on Southeast Ankeny at 13th Avenue. Also, Sunrise Center, that's at 189th and Burnside in Gresham, that's open too. Anybody who needs a place to sleep can call 211 to find a bed and get a free ride there.
Okay, put this next story in the category of it could always be worse. More than 4 feet of snow fell in Idaho, making this home look more like an igloo. You can barely see any evidence of an actual house as the family tries to shovel off the snow. Their main worry here, clearing the roof so it doesn't collapse. This is in the town of Cascade, which is about 60 miles or so from Boise. The family says they've lived here for 17 years and they've never seen a winter this bad.
All right, Rodney Hill joins us now in the studio. A bit of a hustle in your step this morning, Rod.
I was almost here. You know, at 4:30, typically I would do this weather hit in the weather office.
Absolutely.
And then I realized I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be, but nice to be here in the big studio with you guys.
Not a typical day, Rod, right now.
So this is the system that, remember, starting, I think it was last Tuesday. We keep an eye on Monday, Tuesday. Keep an eye. Here we are. And now it appears this is a storm that's tracking over about Crater Lake and then shooting up over Bend. We're on the very back side of it in Portland, but as you drop farther to the south, you've been talking about Salem and Eugene. That's where the big headaches will be today. So let's get you through, I think, hopefully everything you want to know. So that purplish tone, that is all winter storm warnings. That includes Salem. That includes notching up into McMinnville. The white area, the back edge of the storm, that's Portland, that's Hillsboro, that's Vancouver. Winter weather advisories basically means you're not going to get as much snow as the storm warning areas. And notice up in Longview, there's no color. You folks, I'm not even sure Longview gets moisture today. You will either get traces of moisture or you will stay dry. And the same thing with Astoria and up into Long Beach. Newport's been reporting some light rain this morning, but there could be a little bit of snow mix down in Newport, even at the beach itself. So some of our headline snow amounts for Portland. Flurries, which we're getting right now, most areas, to accumulating up to about 2 inches. So that's the range of possibilities. We're eyeing East County. So far, not much going on, but maybe when you get as far east of 205 before you get up in the Cascades, there are some higher amounts. Salem, we think 2 to 4 inches widespread, but eyeing this and McMinnville for the potential of maybe some higher amounts. By the time you get down to Eugene, it's a foot, right? And then Sandy, Cascade Foothill Community, 6 to 8, Hood River, a winter storm warning as well, about 4 to 8 inches there expected. Here's the big radar picture. Again, everything white is snow. So this is all snow, slowly edging up through now Salmon Creek, edging up to about Kalama, it looks like, but it's heavier by the time you get down into Salem and certainly down to Eugene. Here's the back edge of the storms. Even going up into the Coast Range, Highway 30, Highway 26, may miss out on most of this, of more snow if you're going on the highways into, say, Newport during the day today. Again, this is all light, pretty much light snow. Notice this on Futurecast. 6:30 this morning, a couple hours from now. Portland already nearing the very back edge, and by 8:30, if this is correct, we're done. So it's not going to snow for more than maybe just 2 or 3 hours, and most of that will be light. Here we are at lunchtime. Now even Salem starting to pull out of it. So we could be primarily dry this afternoon with an ongoing threat of just some passing harmless snow showers coming through. Temperatures, it's a mix of we're freezing, we're not. 35 downtown Portland, 32 degrees, however, out in Beaverton. And there's our winter storm warning areas with temperatures near freezing, 33 Salem, 33 degrees in McMinnville. Other temperatures on the big board. Everybody's going to be chilly today. We'll warm it up into the 40s at the beach, 37 degrees in Astoria right now. So the early snow mix in Newport, Astoria could just be flat out dry today over at the beach. Temperatures generally we think get stuck in the 30s down in Salem and McMinnville, the winter storm warning for you folks. And then in the valley, again, maybe we hit 40, maybe we don't, with primarily dry weather developing mid-morning or no later than 10 o'clock this morning. Again, the gorge will be eyeing today with up to 8 inches expected in Hood River. And once we get through today, I don't see any big problems. We're eyeing the chance of some light snow on Wednesday, eyeing a chance of an early mix changing to a rain shower on Thursday. And I have it said 52 on Saturday. Give me a hallelujah.
Nice.
Hallelujah.
That's like summer.
That's Saturday.
All right.
Thanks, Rod.
Snow is the big talk this morning here, but in Hollywood last night, the talk was all about the Academy Awards. Coming up, we're going to have more on the biggest moments of the night at the Oscars and the performance that everyone is still talking about. Chris.
All right, let's pick it up south of town again. That's where the snow belt appears to be with this storm. I wanted to pick it up south of the Salem area. This is I-5 near Lake Creek, so as you get down towards Albany and Eugene, and you can see that I-5, it's tough to see on this camera shot, but there's certainly some snow coverage down there. We go a little farther north up in the Albany area. This is near Highway 34. That's I-5, and there's some snow coverage down there. So obviously folks in the mid-Willamette Valley are going to have to deal with a major snowy mess. And a little closer to the metro area, here's a quick look at I-205 over near Highway 213. It looks like 205 is in fine shape, but we're starting to see a little dusting out there on some of the grass. Obviously, we can handle that, right? We'll be right back.
Today.
Are you ready to go shopping?
Cute clothes advertised on social media.
They look fantastic.
KGW's Kristen Severance puts 4 shops to the test. See what we bought versus what we don't.
Looks like a sack.
Today at 6 a.m.
Do you want a truck that does one thing or a truck that does them all? A truck that's skilled enough to be all-seeing, smart enough to be all-knowing, strong enough to be all-powerful. The all-new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. Come in now during Ram Truck Month.
Or get 0% APR financing for 72 months on 2018 Ram 1500 or 2019 Ram 1500 models.
Dear Sugar, my question is about love. I'm married and crushing on a friend. He's the only father I have. Dear Sugar, my grief taught me things. I had to write you. I feel trapped and like I'm hiding the real me. Dear Sugar, are you there? Tiny Beautiful Things, on stage at the Armory.
There are roadside attractions, and then there's our world-famous on-road attraction, the 2019 GLC. Lease the GLC 300 for $479 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Now, New York-inspired shades. Superstay Matte Ink from Maybelline, New York. Bold color, urban edge, liquid matte formula, up to 16-hour wear. Superstay Matte Ink, only from Maybelline, New York.
You don't get to be the most awarded SUV brand ever without the luxurious craftsmanship of Jeep Grand Cherokee, the fuel efficiency of Jeep Cherokee, or the innovative technology of Jeep Compass. So it's no wonder Jeep Wrangler was named 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. And that's why more people are joining the Jeep family than any other brand. Right now, finance and get an average $6,500 in total values on the purchase of a 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
Good Monday morning and welcome back. Drive 8 is in Gresham. They are in downtown Gresham on Division, and you can see the streets right there are wet. And you see, some precipitation is coming down. When we spoke with Christine Pitawanich, who's in the passenger seat, she said she was noticing maybe 5-10 minutes ago that things were starting to stick, but it doesn't look like that commute is any problem at all. Rod Hill will have your full forecast, and we'll also take you south of Portland, where it is sticking in that Salem area and beyond, so stay tuned.
Well, I've been so focused on the weather that I had paid no attention to this. Hollywood's biggest night is all wrapped up honoring the year's best of the best.
As is usually the case, there were a few surprises last night during the Oscars. NBC's Gina Kim has a recap of the star-studded night.
Green Book.
A drama about a road trip through the segregated South of the 60s won Oscar's top prize Sunday night, Best Picture.
Such a privilege. This is like a dream. It's perfect, Tony.
Green Book also scored Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor for Mahershala Ali. Honors for Best Actor went to Bohemian Rhapsody's Rami Malek for playing Queen frontman Freddie Mercury.
I may not have been the obvious choice, but I guess it worked out.
A big upset came with the favorites, Olivia Colman winning Best Actress.
This is hilarious.
She beat out the woman widely seen as the favorite, 7-time nominee Glenn Close.
You've been my idol for so long, and this is not how I wanted it to be, and I think you're amazing. I love you very much.
Supporting actress kudos went to first-time nominee Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk.
I'm an example of what it looks like when support and love is poured into someone.
Emotion poured out for Lady Gaga. She performed her hit from A Star Is Born with co-star Bradley Cooper, and minutes later it won Best Original Song.
There is not a single person on the planet that could have sang this song with me but you. Thank you for believing in us.
Best Director as well as Best Cinematographer went to Alfonso Cuarón for Roma. While Black Klansman Spike Lee celebrated his first career Oscar, Best Adapted Screenplay, by jumping into the arms of presenter Samuel L. Jackson. Lee then encouraged preparation for the 2020 election.
Make the moral choice between love versus hate. Let's do the right thing.
Just part of an Oscar night that'll leave Tinseltown buzzing. Gina Kim, NBC News, Hollywood.
Our Oscar party kind of fell apart last night. Nobody at my house was really interested. Yeah, we started. We didn't make it to the end, though.
I was invited to no Oscar parties. Didn't really even know of any Oscar parties.
I didn't know anybody that I knew was even having an Oscar party.
I wouldn't call my family a party. That's a very loose term.
There's a party in the Weather Center this morning.
Yes.
Snow is a part of the equation.
So basically, just keep in mind, this storm is passing over Crater Lake up through Bend. So the farther south you go, the farther east you go, you find increasing problems. I mean, you've already had stretches of I-5 closed at different points going down to around Eugene. You know, Eugene picked up almost 2 inches of rain yesterday. Now they're getting a foot of snow on top of that. They've been in the absolute epicenter of this storm path. Here it is on radar right now. And boy, I hope you kept up with the forecast over the weekend here on air and on KGW.com and on my KGW Rod Hill Facebook post. But we're clearly on the very back edge of this storm. So here's the storm center. See the brighter white colors, and right there moving up toward Bend? That is the center of the storm right there. This is all just increasingly lighter, and lighter snow up through Portland right now. Trying to make it into Longview, but so far nothing. Trying to push over Astoria, where it probably will never get to. And you folks in Longview, I think you get a trace of moisture or nothing at all as the storm starts to move off. But everything you see is snowflakes flying right now, including Sandy, including, of course, out through the Columbia River Gorge and now up through Clark County into Battleground. Now, notice Futurecast. We'll see. Futurecast is really aggressive with this storm quickly moving out. So here we are at 6:30, already seeing some drying potentially down in Salem. And then by 8:30 this morning, pretty much, whoop, it's gone. It's gone. Notice that, just cloudy skies. So when I did my forecast overnight last night, early this morning, I was thinking, well, 10 o'clock, we would be totally done. Futurecast says it could be even earlier than that. Here we are at lunchtime, and there will still be the ongoing chance of some showers. And notice the green spots. That would be a rain shower. Temperatures getting above freezing today, and maybe even getting up to 40 in some spots. Right now, it's a mixed bag of freezing to not. We have a 35 in Scappoose, but we do have 32 in Beaverton, 32 in Oregon City, 32 degrees in Newburgh. Salem, Kaiser right there at 33, 33. Of course, certainly everybody's cold enough that it's just snow coming down right now. Later this afternoon, primarily 30s from Kelso down to Salem, 40s at the beach, and then snow accumulation is in the forecast for most areas, including eastern Oregon. Heavy snow going into central Oregon. I mentioned that storm path is making a beeline for Mount Bachelor and also into Bend. Tonight, if we get partial clearing, we'll be mid-20s to even low 20s. It'll be cold. Tomorrow's dry. Wednesday, maybe just some accumulating snow showers in the air, and then there's another system that might bring us a touch of a mix of wintry weather to keep an eye on Thursday morning. But Saturday, 52. What are we saying about Saturday? Give it to me.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, 52 on Saturday.
Glad you remember that. Hey, quick note, Salem Kaiser schools are canceled for today, so they're starting to roll in.
Yeah. Pretty big note right there. We will take a break from this winter weather action to talk about basketball action. Blazers on a bit of a hot streak right now.
Yeah.
Their recent road trip, or their current road trip, I should say, started off now with wins in Brooklyn and Philadelphia. Yes, I know you're looking at me funny, Rod. Yes, they beat the Sixers handily on Saturday. In fact, we're going to recap the highlights of that win over the Sixers coming up in your weekend sports wrap.
Meanwhile, back to the snow in the Willamette Valley. I want to show you some more pictures. This is down near the Salem area, I-5 near the Kubler exit, Kubler Road, and you can see snow-covered roads there. We'll go a little farther south into the Albany area. I-5's got some snow coverage down there, and a little farther south still, it's just north of Eugene. I-5 near Coburg Road, and you can see lots of snow down there. So that is the area that's really getting hit. A little closer to the metro area, we do see snow on our ODOT cameras. This is in Tualatin, I-5 near the Norwood Road overpass. Traffic seems to be breezing by that just fine. We get a little farther north up towards, say, Capitol Highway. There's a little snow on the side of the road, but so far we are rolling along just fine in the metro area. Drive times reflect that. We've got speed limit commutes, or pretty close to it, for pretty much everybody in town right now. When that changes and when you're out there on the roads in that traffic, set your radio to FM News 101. They've got you covered with traffic on the 7s, mornings and afternoons.
Wall Street is set to open up higher this morning following a positive lead from Asia and Europe. China's markets had their best day in more than 3 years after President Trump decided to delay a deadline this Friday to raise tariffs on Chinese-made goods, citing progress in talks this weekend. Stocks are coming off another positive week, the 9th straight for the Dow and the NASDAQ. Prices at the pump are jumping. The average price of regular unleaded rising 10 cents over the past 2 weeks. It's now $2.44 a gallon. Analysts are citing an increase in crude oil cost. Prices are still about 15 cents lower than this time last year. And the cost of dining out is going up. Prices at full-service restaurants rose more than 2.5% in January, well above a 1.6% rise in inflation overall. Experts say higher expenses for rent, insurance, and labor are being passed on to consumers. Staff pay could be the biggest contributor to rising restaurant prices, as some states have raised their minimum wage. With your CNBC Morning Business Report, I'm Frank Holland.
Worried the new tax laws will screw up your refund? Today on Sunrise, 3 reasons to hire a tax pro instead of filing online.
And we're also going to find out if you would pass or fail a U.S. citizenship test.
Pass. Download the new Portland Weather app from KGW.
You don't get to be the most awarded SUV brand ever without the luxurious craftsmanship of Jeep Grand Cherokee, the fuel efficiency of Jeep Cherokee, or the innovative technology of Jeep Compass. So it's no wonder Jeep Wrangler was named 2019 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. And that's why more people are joining the Jeep family than any other brand. Right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Jeep Cherokee for $199 a month.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Hurry in this President's Day and lease a 2019 Tiguan S4 Motion for just $209 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
You got ripped.
Thanks.
Off. You got ripped off. Whoever sold you those glasses charged you too much. Yeah, I'd be red-faced too. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95.
That's a good deal.
You'll save on contacts too. So, you gonna bench now?
You gonna move?
Dude, I'm like 5 pounds. Muscle through. It's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Never overpay, even with insurance. Get more with your Vision Insurance dollars at America's Best.
Do you want a truck that does one thing or a truck that does them all? A truck that's skilled enough to be all-seeing, smart enough to be all-knowing, strong enough to be all-powerful. The all-new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. Come in now during Ram Truck Month.
Or get 0% APR financing for 72 months on 2018 Ram 1500 or 2019 Ram 1500 models.
Good morning start with KGW News at Sunrise. Wake up with Brenda, Ashley, Drew, Rod, and Chris. Weekdays, 4:30 to 7 a.m.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Hurry in this President's Day and lease a 2019 Tiguan S4 Motion for just $209 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
4:54 on this Monday morning. This is a shot from the roof of our KGW studios at 15th and Jefferson. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are flakes falling in downtown Portland as we speak. So we're covering snow throughout the valley. Where we really think it's going to get hit today, south. We're talking Salem and further south. So Rod's going to join us here in just a few minutes to update us on today's snowy winter weather Monday forecast. I better get back here.
The Blazers give Philly their worst road loss of the year and their worst home loss of the year in sweeping the Sixers.
Good morning, everyone. The Blazers smashed the 76ers for breakfast on Saturday, pushing the win streak to 3 in a row, including back-to-back road wins over Brooklyn and Philly. Now, before the season started, ESPN projected that the Blazers would only get to 43 wins and finish 10th and miss the playoffs altogether. They're at 36 wins and still have 23 more games to play. The addition of Rodney Hood and Enes Kanter have already made an impact in a couple of games, especially on offense. Kanter has scored more points than Damian Lillard has over those 2 games, and just 2 less points than C.J. McCollum. It's a good problem to have if you're head coach Terry Stotts right now.
You know, we're kind of a team, obviously in transition, with adding guys like Rodney, who I thought scored the ball well in the first half, and Enes has the ability to score the ball, and so we don't really need Dame and CJ to score 25 each.
The triple-double queen at it again. Sabrina Ionescu set the NCAA Division I record for most triple-doubles in a season. That's men or women. She's up to 7 of them. After their game against USC, she's got 17 for her career at the U of O. That's also an NCAA record. Ionescu scored 13 points, pulled down 12 rebounds, and dished out 13 assists in their game against USC. The second-ranked Ducks get the W, 96-78, in their final home game of the regular season.
For your Oregon State, step back, step in, wild shot, and that'll do it. Dean had the defender in the air, stepped into the 3, but it was wide left, and Oregon State escapes with the win.
Close call to close out the regular season in Corvallis. The Beavers hold on to beat UCLA 75-72. Aaliyah Goodman, she led the Bees with 21 points. 12th ranked Beavs tied for second in the Pac-12 with Stanford. They both have 13-3 records. They're at Arizona State next. That's going to do it for your morning look at sports. Have a great day.
Some of us are having a snowy day. We have more coverage of the weather coming up this morning. We want to show you a live shot right now in
downtown
where is that?
Portland.
Downtown Portland.
That's our roof, Brenda. Yes.
Okay, well, my director was telling me it was Salem.
Downtown,
we do have a
there you go.
crew in Salem, and it is really coming down. That's the bullseye this morning. We'll also talk about the West Hills and East County, so we're going to be covering it all. Rod will be back with your full forecast. Don't go away.
At Redfin, we charge you a 1% listing fee. And because Redfin.com is America's #1 brokerage site, our agents get more eyes on your home. So you sell for thousands more than the one next door. Don't get stuck in the past. Sell with a Redfin agent.
Show me the crown. Show me homecoming. Baby sloth videos on YouTube.
Amy, do you mind giving someone else a turn?
Oh, yeah, I've made myself a little comfortable here.
I got a pizza for Amy.
Yes, that's me.
Xfinity lets you search Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube with the sound of your voice.
And I don't have my wallet.
so.
That's simple, easy, awesome. Experience the entertainment you love on X1. Access Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and more, all with the sound of your voice. Click, call, or visit a store today. If you do anything with regularity, you should get massaged with regularity. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
Good morning. Start with KGW News at Sunrise. This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. That is the Mount Hood Highway. Is that correct? I'm getting new information as we speak.
As described by Director Byron.
I know, he is my lifeline this morning. We are talking snow all around the area, not only there, but we'll take you down to Salem. The headline today is the farther south you go, the more snow that you'll see.
We were just taking a look at a camera from Salem a little bit ago, and the snow was all over the place. And take a look at what it looked like in Eugene. This was taken a couple hours ago. Lots of people getting video and photos from their neighborhoods this morning. This video shows streets just covered and snow coming down. And take a look at the University of Oregon. Students are outside and excited. I don't know exactly what I'm seeing because my monitor is too small, but I guess there's a car pulling inner tubes through the snow there. That doesn't look too
I can see
safe.
Chris McGinnis sticking his face into that monitor as closely as he could get to make out that video as well. Here we have video shot a little bit closer to Portland. This is in West Lynn. This is from about 3 o'clock this morning. You can see the snow already coming down there. That's at about 500 feet up. So depending on where you're waking up this morning, you're probably seeing at least a little snow, and in some cases, as we just saw, a lot of snow.
Absolutely. So if you see snow in your neighborhood, snap a photo and use the hashtag IamUpPDX. We'll be featuring those pictures throughout the morning.
Now, just want to let you know that Salem Kaiser Schools has canceled class for today.
news,
So that's a big one. We'll be following the rest of delays and any closures this morning. We also can tell you Tim Gordon is checking out conditions in Salem. We also have Keely Chalmers covering the Portland metro area. Chris McGinnis has traffic, but we want to start with meteorologist Rod Hill and the forecast.
Good morning. Let's start with where it's snowing. Here's radar right now. And by the way, everything that is white is snow. So that is now pretty much all of Clark County, at least some light flurries up through Battleground. Out Highway 26, Beaverton, out toward Hillsboro is about the edge. Where you see the darker white, snow has picked up a little bit for the time being. Happy Valley, Oregon City, and then all throughout the gorge, and there's Salem, McMinnville. But this is the back edge, and this storm is moving away from us to the east. So I want to just show you one quick frame from Futurecast. This is at 9 o'clock this morning. We're done. We're done as the storm moves off to the east. So little touch and go out there early this morning. Temperatures generally are near freezing to above, 32 Beaverton, but 35 in downtown Portland, and there's Salem and Kaiser each at 33, where we know we have some pretty good snow on the ground. So at 8 o'clock this morning, still snowy areas at the bus stop, but pretty much dry at noon, 36, maybe a spotty shower mix and 38 degrees later today. Should mention Portland, anywhere from flurries to 2 inches in spots at most. Whatever we get will be gone later today. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Got it. All right. So the farther south you go, the more you get, and that's holding true to form here as we look at some of the ODOT cameras south of town. That's I-5 near Kubler Road, actually Kubler Road and the exit off of I-5 in Salem. We'll show you Commercial and Fairview. It looks like there's a little bit of snow coverage there on a main thoroughfare through Salem. As we go a little farther south, I-5 near Enchanted Way. That's just a couple of miles south of downtown Salem. Note the temperature there on the road. It's down to 32 degrees. So the snow sticking there. The farther south you go into the valley, things really start to get interesting as we get down towards the Albany area. And of course, the Coburg area just north of Eugene. It is a winter wonderland in that part of the Willamette Valley. Closer to the metro area, this is I-5 near Norwood Road. And there is snow falling here, guys. This is just north of Wilsonville and up through Tualatin, but you can see the commute. Looks like it's getting around it just fine. I don't see any problems on the roads on that side of town just yet.
All right, Chris, thanks a lot. A couple of new pieces of information just into our newsroom. Park Rose and Reynolds school districts both on a 2-hour delay right now. Yep. We know Hood River is closed, and a big one we just talked about a moment ago, Salem Kaiser closed today for schools. And we know that Salem is one of those areas that's expected to get pretty hard with the snow here this morning.
Yep, so that's where we sent KGW's Tim Gordon this morning. Tim, fill us in on what you're seeing.
All right, guys, well, we're on Lancaster Road Northeast, Lancaster Drive Northeast, I should say, in Salem, and It's snowing here. It's definitely starting to stick too. You can see on the parking lot pavement here a little bit of slushy snow at about 33 degrees. Haven't quite put the big boots on yet, but I plan to. Here's Lancaster Drive Northeast out there. You see a little bit of slushy conditions on the roadway. This road gets pretty heavily traveled, the north-south road here just east of I-5. Seemed like a good spot for us to pull off and show you what it looks like here. It's right by the Willamette Town Center, this little shopping mall here. Yeah, the snow is falling. It is sticking, starting to stick. It's been coming down pretty well. Chris mentioned Wilsonville, some heavy snow there. That's where we started to see it as we drove south. And it's become increasingly so the further south we've gotten. So here it is in Salem. Salem Kaiser School's out for good reason. You can see the snow starting to stick, and we expect it to continue to do so throughout the morning. So we will keep you posted from here and wherever else we might end up to see how soon I'll get those big boots on, guys, for the snow on the ground. Now back to you.
Get those ready, Tim. Thank you. Well, Eugene is really getting hit hard this morning, and it's causing issues on the roads. Take a look at this video someone posted overnight. There's a car, here we go, look at just sliding down the street. Now, we've seen lots of people posting videos and photos to Snapchat throughout the night and this morning. A lot of people playing in the snow. We went to Eugene last night to talk with people.
I am prepared for snow. Yeah, I'm going to have some hot tea here and get a bottle of red wine.
We are ready for it. We've been really excited for it and hoping to get out of school tomorrow.
I hope that guy prepared with more than just a bottle of red wine, but you know. Hey, there are already some school closures for students there. Also power outages. Right now, thousands of people between Eugene and Roseburg are without power.
Okay, let's check on things a little closer to town this morning. KGW's Keely Chalmers is in the West Hills. And Keely, I understand you're right there at Southwest Barnes and Miller Road.
Yeah, we're right near the QFC here. We've seen some traffic going through here at this early hour. We haven't seen any cars slipping or sliding, so that's the good news. But you can see the road here certainly has a nice layer of snow on it, and it has been building up. We've only been here for probably about half an hour, and we have definitely seen the snow start to build up. Not a thick layer, but there's certainly a decent layer of snow out here. So far, so good. We have seen a couple Peabot, Portland plows and Sanders out on our way up here this morning, so they are certainly out doing their work. Talked to a couple folks about conditions. So far, so good. We did speak with a father and son who are out here early delivering some tortillas to the QFC here. They talked about the conditions out there. They've been all over Beaverton, Portland. They talked about the conditions as well as how it compared to some recent past events. Here's what they had to say about that.
This morning isn't that bad. The snow isn't really accumulating that much, but a couple years ago when the snow was really thick, it was pretty, it was kind of dicey coming up this hill.
I hope it doesn't last too long, but this is the worst up here. I just came from over by the airport, so it was fine until the zoo. So coming up and over was, this is actually the slickest it's up here. Everything else is fine.
Now, that gentleman you just heard from did come out over Highway 26. He said that actually looked pretty decent because it was graveled well, so no issues out there on Highway 26. He said once he got up here into the West Hills, some of the side roads were certainly a little slick. Now, I do want to point out the one difference between the snow yesterday and the snow today is that yesterday it was coming straight down. Today it's kind of coming from the side, and I learned quickly out here that the mascara I bought a couple days ago, not waterproof.
Oh, no.
That's what's going on. The snow coming at my face. I'm actually turned away from the snow now because before it was coming at my face and it was just, it was a mess.
Priorities,
anyway,
got to keep that makeup
we all
looking
learn,
good.
live and learn, right?
Yep.
Reporter
survival skills.
Same problem here, really. You know, yesterday, we did have an east wind direction yesterday to help fuel those morning dustings that we had, but there's an all-out east wind flow, and you could hear the wind whipping in her microphone a little bit, so that's helping drive this as well. Okay, so a couple big headlines. Probably the biggest headline is this storm is tracking down over Eugene, as we found out, Crater Lake, up toward Bend, so that's to our south. the purple color of the winter storm warnings, which includes you folks in Salem. Good morning to you. We have Tim Gordon down there reporting live for us this morning. And up into McMinnville, the white area is the back edge of the storm, just a winter weather advisory for mainly light snow amounts, and that includes Portland. Not sure Longview will even get a drop of moisture, maybe just a shower at some point today, and the same thing for Astoria. But the Cascades, the Gorge, all under the winter storm warnings. So what are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Well, for Portland, assuming all this wraps up mid-morning, which we think it will, we would be left with flurries, so some spots getting 2 inches. We've already seen Keeley-Chalmers reporting in a spot that has some snow already accumulating on the ground. Salem 2 to 4 inches, assuming it ends around mid-morning as well. Same thing for McMinnville. Higher amounts in Sandy, Estacada, and of course storm warnings for Hood River, where there could be as much as 8 inches through today. And up on Mount Hood, there could be some 12 to 16, 18 inches of snow today. So this big swath, here's our storm, but it's coming toward me. It's going to start moving off to the east. So take you a little bit closer. There you can see the back edge. Not even fully getting up into the heart of the Coast Range on Highway 26. And again, this snow is going to pull away from this area. That's why maybe Longview totally misses out on this. And as I mentioned earlier, we think this will really start to wind down quickly mid-morning. So here's Futurecast at 9:30 this morning, and it's done. Even in Salem, it's done. Now, there will be some showery precipitation lingering for the remainder of the day. Here's maybe a mix of some light rain showers at 1 o'clock with temperatures well above freezing at that time. The snow will be continuing throughout the afternoon in the Gorge and up over the Cascades. Early morning numbers, 32 degrees in Kelso, but it's dry. Chris McGinnis standing by to my right as I let our directors know. 37 degrees in Portland, and here's our coast forecast for today. 40s here. Watch in Newport, where there could be a little bit of a rain-snow mix early this morning, but so far it's been rain. And then in the valleys, 30s to maybe 40 degrees when you get up north of the Columbia River today. Again, the big story with the forecast is the snow winding down mid-morning. That does not include the Gorge, where the storm warnings go all day long, and the same thing up on Mount Hood. And once we get through today, we think we're pretty much done. We're watching maybe a snow shower or some light snow on Wednesday. We don't think anything accumulates. Same thing Thursday morning. And then Saturday, just for fun, 52 degrees and warming up that day. And we're saying about Saturday, give it to me.
Hallelujah.
That's Saturday with 52. Must be fun to be a choir director.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
You are preaching this morning, brother. Thank you.
Not always fun to be the weatherman, though. We do have Rod Hill in the flesh this morning. We have Don Hamilton from ODOT on the phone right now. So Don, as we bring you up here to talk about the road conditions, we're going to take a look at of course, Highway 26. That's at Northwest 185th in the Hillsborough area, where it's wet, but we don't see snow on the highway there. So let me ask you, Don, where are you focusing your efforts right now in terms of keeping these roadways free and clear?
Well, let's start with a modified hallelujah anyway. I think that, we've been spending a lot of time in the last day or two, overnight certainly, putting the de-icer on the roads, the magnesium chloride, and that's one of the reasons why we're seeing the roads looking pretty good as we get into some of these snowy conditions out on the roads out there. So not too bad out there. I think as Rod was just telling us, this is going to be gone pretty quick this morning, we hope.
So what about down in the valley where they are seeing lots of accumulating snow? What are some of the things that your crews are encountering and doing to help those viewers down there?
Well, they're getting all that snow down there, all that snow that we're not getting here in Portland. They're certainly getting in Salem and down in Eugene. We've seen some road closures down in there. We're seeing a lot of problems down in that area. Our plows are out. Our de-icers are out. We've got everything out there on the street trying to help that.
All right, Don Hamilton with the Oregon Department of Transportation on the phone with us this morning to give us an update on the local roadways. It's 5:12 right now. Chris McGinnis is standing by. Chris, are you ready to rock and roll here for us?
We are just cycling through some of the cameras here. Sorry for the blue one there, but I wanted to show you Highway 26. You know, we talked to Keeley just a few minutes ago up in the West Hills. It looks like that might be one of the areas that's starting to get just a little bit more snow covered. This is out on 26 near Cedar Hills Boulevard, and you can certainly see maybe a little snow on the side of the road there. This, of course, one of the ramps from one of the on-ramps to the westbound Sunset out near Cedar Hills Boulevard. We'll switch gears real quick, give you a little different perspective. Out near 185th in the Tannisport area, snow on the side of the road, but the road itself looks like it's doing okay. I did see some of the exit ramps that look like they're starting to get somewhat snow covered. This is, again, one of the ones that we just saw out near Cedar Hills Boulevard, and that, again, looks like it's a little snow covered. And this from 217. Again, Highway 26 down to bare pavement, but the ramp to 217 south, check this out. a little bit of snow coverage there. So something certainly to keep a close eye on as you make your way out the door this morning. And the big winner, so to speak, in the snow bonanza here is going to be south of town. This is I-5 near Albany. Some of the cameras actually starting to get crusted over with snow, so it's kind of hard to see through them. But this is down south of Albany now, between Albany and Eugene, and you can see a healthy dose of snow on the side of the road there as we get down farther south in the Willamette Valley.
Montel Williams is riding shotgun on KGW Carpool. No more talk shows. He tells me about his new gig in Portland and the one thing that shocked the heck out of him about Oregonians. Tomorrow on KGW News at Sunrise.
Come celebrate at the Portland Women's Expo, March 2nd at the Oregon Convention Center.
There's a new $1, $2, $3 menu hack at McDonald's.
Now you can choose 2 of your favorites for just $3.
Like a savory sausage McMuffin.
A classic McDouble.
Or a crispy McChicken.
You can even mix them up. And here comes any size soft drink or any size coffee for $1.
It's the new Choose 2 for $3 on the $1, $2, $3 menu.
Here in Oregon, we're big city or we're small town, or sometimes no town. But we all benefit from lottery funding. Learn more at OregonLottery.org. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
When we set out to create America's most advanced internet, we started with you. We started by realizing that Grandma should always be within arm's reach, from any room in the house. That dinner time is for catching up with each other. That homework should be anything but textbook.
Oh my God, it worked!
That the basement can be where everyone wants to be. That feeling safe at home should be a given. And that the best nights out can be nights in. That's how we reimagined Wi-Fi and created Xfinity XFi. Internet that brings your home together. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is XFi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Just rolling in, it's the 61st Annual Portland Metro RV Show at the Expo Center, March 6th through the 10th, with the best deals in the Northwest. Visit PortlandMetroRV.com for 2-for-1 admission coupons and details on how you can win free gas cards. Just imagine where it might take you.
Now is a great time to save on a new rug or furniture at Northwest Rugs and Furniture. Save 30 to 50% off all Persian and tribal rugs and 30 to 50% off select furniture. Plus get 0% financing for 1 year. You'll find rugs from top brands such as Joanna Gaines, Ellen DeGeneres, and Scott Living Rugs by Karastan. Whatever style you're looking for, contemporary, traditional, transitional, tribal, or modern, you'll find it at Northwest Rugs and Furniture in Jansen Beach, Beaverton, and Wilsonville.
5:16, the time on this Monday morning. That's a look at snow, ladies and gentlemen. Snow on the leaves out there where Keely Chalmers is hanging out for us on this Monday. Southwest Barnes and Miller Road. That area is about 500 feet up, so they are getting snow on the ground and on the street. Keely told us a moment ago that cars, though, are getting by without much problem here in the early going, at least. Real quickly, I just want to point out school closures. We know Hood River is closed this morning. Corbett closed. Just heard about that in our newsroom. And the big announcement we had at the top of the hour, Salem-Keizer School District closed today because of snow.
It is 5:17. Time for a look at the headlines in your morning rush. President Trump heads to Vietnam today, ready for take 2 of talks with North Korea's leader. The president is hoping to flesh out details with Kim Jong-un over plans to denuclearize. Since they first met last year, some U.S. officials say North Korea has yet to take any concrete steps to end its nuclear weapons program. They will meet for 2 days starting Wednesday. The House is set to vote tomorrow on a resolution to block the president's emergency declaration over his border wall. It's likely to pass in the democratically controlled House, but it'll face a harder time in the Senate. President Trump has promised to veto it, which would be the first in his presidency. An investigation is underway after an Amazon cargo plane crashed in Texas, killing all 3 people on board. Officials say there was no distress call. It's not clear why the plane crashed. Right now, investigators are working to find its black box, the data, and cockpit voice recorder. Singer R. Kelly is heading to court today where he's expected to find out who will preside over his case. He was indicted on Friday on 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse against 4 victims. 3 of them were allegedly underage when the crimes happened. Kelly is still in jail where his bond is set at $1 million. And a severe windstorm ripped through Cleveland, Ohio Sunday. You can see the wind sheared off the roofs of several apartment buildings and businesses. It also caused power outages and multiple flights were canceled or delayed at the city's airport. Officials say no one was hurt. And that is your Morning Rush.
Boy, everybody is talking about this. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper took the Oscars by storm last night with that performance of Shallow from the movie A Star is Born. The song won the Oscar for Best Original Song. The night's other big winners included Best Actor Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody and Best Actress Olivia Colman for The Favorite. Now, Green Book took the top prize of the night, winning Best Picture.
We made this film with love. And we made it with tenderness, and we made it with respect.
And of course, the show didn't have a host last night, but a lot of celebrities stepped in to give some comedic relief, including Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and Melissa McCarthy. I love those ladies.
We rented, now I can't even think of the name of the movie, Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Star is Born.
Thank you.
The one we just talked about.
Here's why I don't remember, because we rented it on Friday night. Mia actually got the kids to sleep a little early on Friday night, so she could watch this movie with me.
Yeah.
3 minutes in, I'm on the recliner. It's Friday night. It was a long week last week. Out.
It must be a dude
I saw
thing.
none of it.
Because
none of it.
my boyfriend also fell asleep at the end of it.
No, I need to watch it.
fell asleep at the beginning of it.
That's funny.
Well, I mean, I knew I had to get up earlier than I normally have to get up, so I hit the hay at around 7:30 last night. Yeah.
Shall we take a collective breath?
Yeah, I did ask my wife, though, when she rolled into bed, who won, and then she told me it was what, what's the name of the movie?
Green Book.
Green Book.
Green Book, yeah. The older I get, I can't remember the last time I saw the Academy Awards where I'd seen more than one of the movies.
Right.
I know.
Plus, movies are expensive. You don't just go anymore. It's like it's got to be something you really want to go to pay the money.
Can I point out, you're not out of breath right now because you were watching the Oscars and running in. You're out of breath because you were following the weather and then running in here.
Possibly. Here's a look at Futurecast. Excuse me, this is radar. And you can see nothing but snow right there. And the big story here is I want you to really notice the back edge right back in this area right here. So all of this is moving off to our east. So Tillamook, Astoria, you're not going to get any of this. You're done. And Longview, I mean, you may get a flurry, but that's about it. But for the most part, you're not part of this either, and you have no watches or warnings of any kind up in Cowlitz County. We are seeing mostly flurries to light snow from Battleground down through Canby, Sandy, McMinnville. We have reports of not much of anything on the ground, even up in Sandy this morning, so I would assume that means nothing much on the east side, like Gresham either. Here's what Futurecast shows at 9:30. This is the biggest map I'm going to show you. 9:30, the back edge of the storm is now all the way over into the Cascades and moving east, so we're done. So this is an early to mid-morning episode, and then that's it. So that's one reason we're not expecting to get much total accumulation. So out of PDX, it's way above freezing at 37, but downtown Portland here at KGW, it's 33, and we do have 32-degree temperatures scattered about. Later today, watch out for a spotty shower. Maybe with the temperature of 36 at 5 p.m., it's even a spotty rain shower. Here are those numbers: 32 up in Kelso, 33 in Salem, freezing out in the Gorge, of course, where we also have a winter storm warning in place, 30 right now in the Dalles. Once we get through today, we think we're pretty much just clean living. We're still watching maybe some snow showers on Wednesday and maybe a little something Thursday morning. Here's Chris McGinnis.
So as long as we're living clean, we won't have to deal with the snow. Is that how it works out? All right, let's go ahead and pick it up on the west side. This is a quick look ride at 217 near the Sunset Transit Center. And you can see a lot here. First off, the cars whizzing by over on the left-hand side of your screen. That's Highway 26. This right here is the ramp from 217 onto the westbound Sunset, and then this is the little bus ramp here that goes by the Sunset Transit Center. So for the most part, even though it's snowing pretty good on that side of town, the freeway looks like it's looking pretty good. Side streets might start to see a little snow coverage. If this is any indication of what the rest of the West Hills looks like, I would say, you know, we're mostly in good shape. We'll switch gears, take you to the Sylvan Hill. You can see it's kind of bouncing around a little bit there in the breeze. And one other camera that I want to show you on the ODOT tour here south of town. This is I-5, and it's a little covered in some snow as it's kind of facing into the wind. But this is near 99W, one of those notorious trouble spots here. It looks like we're down to bare pavement, so we're doing okay on that side of town for now. Farther south, of course, is where the snow is really hitting. This is down in the Albany area, I-5 near North Albany and I-5 near Highway 34. You can see that is snow covered down in the central Willamette Valley this morning. Hey, remember when you're out there on the roads in that traffic, by the way, set your radio to FM News 101. They've got you covered for traffic on the 7s, mornings and afternoons.
KGW News is sponsored by Sylvan Learning of Portland, Salem, and Vancouver.
There's value, then there's Hapo Value. Join us. We've got your back.
Today,
are you ready to go shopping?
Cute clothes advertised on social media.
They look fantastic.
KGW's Kristen Severance puts 4 shops to the test. See what we bought versus what we've got.
Looks like a sack.
Today at 6 a.m.
Every 43 seconds in the U.S., someone has a heart attack. If someone you love is at risk, consider these important points. Is surgery necessary? What's the hospital's rating? And what can you expect after the procedure?
Brought to you by Kaiser Permanente.
When someone has a heart attack, there are many treatment options. As Oregon's highest rated heart program, our cardiac team works to remove blockages, open arteries, and more.
Kaiser Permanente Northwest, leading with heart.
Does your customers connecting to the Wi-Fi ever slow down your business?
Yes, it does slow things down.
Aggravating. It's a nightmare.
So our gig speed network is fast. And we go beyond fast by making it easy to create separate networks for your business and your customers, and even control how much bandwidth each of those gets. So your business won't miss a beat.
This is a big game changer.
This is the new wave, and whoever doesn't get on, I think they would be left behind.
Just one more way we go beyond CenturyLink. Right now, get fast, reliable internet and add Wi-Fi Pro for a low price. Comcast Business, beyond fast.
Get out of this and into this. Visit the Nautilus shop in Vancouver. Our fitness pros will match you with the right equipment to reach your goals. Come in today, take up to 20% off all our world-class brands and save up to $600. Work out on your time and in your own space. Hit your training goals without ever leaving the comfort of home. The Nautilus shop in Vancouver.
This is the Chevy Equinox. Beautiful.
Wow. Ooh, this is fancy.
That's the available HD surround vision camera.
The top of your car?
Mm-hmm. It helps you see dangers around the vehicle.
What is that?
Wait, what is that?
What is that? These are big alligators. So who's getting out first?
Get 0% financing for 60 months on most Equinox models, or current GM owners can get $3,500 total cash allowance when financing with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Welcome back. That is our roof cam here at KGW. You can't speak. It's Monday. And you can see the snowflakes flying out there. You know, we've been having our crews around looking at the roads, and, you know, it is sticking, but, you know, we haven't heard any huge traffic problems. But this is big news for families in the Portland metro area. We just heard from Portland Public Schools. This district is delayed 2 hours. So you can go back to sleep or keep us on and do your morning chores kind of at leisure. You know, the other thing that we know is that Salem Kaiser schools are also closed. We've got a crawl at the bottom of your screen. We're going to check in with our crews at 5:30, so stay tuned.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Hurry in this President's Day and lease a 2019 Tiguan S4 Motion for just $209 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
You know when you're at Ross and you realize great minds shop alike?
Yeah.
Or when you find those name brand shoes that everyone notices?
Oh, yeah.
Or when you get exactly what you need for your growing family?
Yes.
That's yes for less.
Yep.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Seriously, 20 to 60% off department store prices every day. At Ross, yes for less.
Wait, Xfinity lets me choose from crazy fast internet speeds and pick the types of channels I want?
Yep, now you can get a package that's just right for you.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is the 4th best day of my life.
Get more of what you want and less of what you don't.
Nailed it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for $34.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today.
This is the Chevy Equinox. Beautiful.
Wow. Ooh, this is fancy.
That's the available HD surround vision camera.
The top of your car?
It helps you see dangers around the vehicle.
What is that?
Wait, what is that?
What is that? These are big alligators. So who's getting out first?
Get 0% financing for 60 months on most Equinox models, or get $2,500 total cash allowance when financing with GM Financial. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance.
Dear Sugar, my question is about love. I'm married and crushing on a friend. He's the only father I have. Dear Sugar, my grief taught me things. I had to write you. I feel trapped and like I'm hiding the real me. Dear Sugar, are you there? Tiny, beautiful things. On stage at the Armory.
We will inform you. On FM News 101.
Worried the new tax laws will screw up your refund? Today on Sunrise, 3 reasons to hire a tax pro instead of filing online.
And we're also going to find out if you would pass or fail a U.S. citizenship test.
Pass. This morning, wake up to all the Oscar buzz. Savannah's live in L.A. We'll bring you the winners, the big surprises, and the fashion. All the highlights from Hollywood's biggest night of the year. This morning, only on Today.
This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Hey, good morning on a Monday. It is 5:30 on the dot, and you are taking a live look right now from West Salem. Our Tim Gordon is out there with his photographer, and they are seeing the snow. You can see it in this shot here coming down, and it's starting to stick there.
All right, take a look at this. This is how it's looking in Eugene. They got a lot of new snow overnight, and people have been posting all kinds of videos. We appreciate that. So we do have some school delays and closures to tell you about this morning as well. Let's take a look at some of them. Salem Kaiser, Hood River, Stevenson Carson, and Corbett are all closed. We also have some schools on a 2-hour delay. We just got a new one. Lake Oswego is opening 2 hours late. So is Portland, Gresham Barlow, North Clackamas, Beaverton, Park Rose, and the David Douglas School District. The full list is running at the bottom of your screen.
And one that just came into our newsroom a moment ago, Lake Oswego, you can add them to that 2-hour delay list right now. So Lake Oswego, the latest entry to our school list. We're going to check in with Rodney Hill right now. Rod, we have our reporters strategically placed throughout the viewing area, but we thought it was good to put you right there in the weather center. Good morning, everybody. Well, I want to point out that we're on the back edge of this storm. Everything you see, the white is snow. It's moving to the east and will actually clear our area as early as, say, 8 or 9 o'clock this morning. So that will leave us with some flurries to maybe a couple inches of spots around the Portland area. Salem already snow on the ground, up to 4. McMinnville the same. So far, not that much in the Cascade foothills. Estacao, one of those spots we're thinking could get 2 to 5 inches. And we do have the storm warnings continuing today out in the Columbia River Gorge. I talked about the fact that the back edge of the snow is moving off to the east, and Futurecast shows at 9:30 this morning we're done. Maybe we're done before 9. Now, later today, some spotty showers, but that's about it, and temperatures will be above freezing. In fact, the airport right now is 37, but downtown Portland's 33, and I think we'll spend most of the day mid to upper 30s. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Rod, we've got a big traffic alert in the Cascades. Highway 20 right now over the San Am Pass is closed because of an avalanche. We're hearing about this just in the last couple of minutes. So Highway 20 a no-go. Heading well over to Central Oregon. Okay, back closer to the metro area. This is a live look over near the Sunset Transit Center. This is on the lower left-hand part of your screen, so that's the little bus circle that goes around it. This right here is the ramp from Highway 26 and Barnes Road onto westbound 26, and you can see that that's actually in pretty good shape. Highway 26 right here. also rolling along just fine. Looks like just wet roads and bare pavement on that side of town. We'll switch gears, show you another notorious trouble spot when things get a little slick. This is I-5 near the 217 flyover, and it looks like traffic through the Tigard area is rolling along just fine. The farther south you go, that's where you encounter some trouble. This is I-5 down near Albany, and a little farther south near Highway 34. That's I-5 that's got some snow coverage, and I know we're going to hear more from Tim coming up in just a second, guys.
As a matter of fact, we're going to check in with him right now because he did make that trip down I-5 this morning. Tim, how are things now? Last time we saw, the snow was flying.
It's still flying, Brenda, and we've made it to West Salem. We're working our way up into the southwest hills of Salem where we gained some elevation. We'll see a lot more snow on the ground, we think, when we get there, but we want to stop and provide you this look from Edgewater Street here in West Salem. And, you know, it's definitely sticking now. We're still at about 33 degrees according to our car thermometer. So the roads are, you know, they're loosened up enough that it's not totally icy. It's mostly slushy. Cars are getting by, no chains. A bus just went by, a city bus without chains on it. You know, that's subject to change, of course, as this starts to really settle in and stick more on the roadways, but you can kind of see them going by. It's more of a wet snow, and in fact, keep this shot, Chad, because right now you can see a plow go by, Salem City plow throwing it off the road right there. So they're out here, and that cleared it up quite nicely. Nice job, buddy. There it is in West Salem. So, yeah, it's starting to stick. It's definitely snowing in Salem. Schools are off for Salem Kaiser District. I want you to know I have put my boots on. Chad, show the boots. Come on, got to show the boots. I got the boots. I think they'll be more helpful up in the, these are nice boots though, aren't they? These are the Sorels. So I got them on. I'm ready to go. We'll go see if we can get a little elevation, get a little more snow on the boots, show you some different scene coming up in the next time. But for now, that's what's happening in Salem down here at the valley level. Guys, back to you.
Always a good sport out there. Tim, thanks so much. Well, we are checking out the roads in Drive 8. Our Christine Pitawanich, she's been driving all around the area this morning. So, Christine, tell us where you are now.
Right now, we just got back onto I-84 from Troutdale. You can see right here, completely dry, at least at this section of I-84 near Troutdale. We've been kind of all around this morning. In Gresham, when you last heard from me, things were starting to stick a little bit. The snow was coming down a little heavier. We just went back through Gresham and it was still wet. It was wet, so it wasn't really sticking when we went back through Gresham. We also went out from Gresham to Sandy via Highway 26 or Mount Hood Highway. Things were just wet roads out there as well. Nothing sticking, nothing, you know, building at that point in Sandy or in Gresham. Right now we're on I-84, like you're seeing. Clear roads. We're headed out towards Sandy. We'll let you know what it's looking like, or not Sandy, rather. Gosh, I'm getting all my cities mixed up. We're headed out into the Gorge, Hood River area potentially. We'll let you know what it looks like out there. We're already, of course, you guys have been mentioning school closures all morning long. Brenda, Ashley, Drew. So we're heading out that way to see what the conditions are. But as of yet, things looking pretty okay, at least on this stretch of I-84. Back to you.
Like to hear that. Thank you. We'll talk soon. Severe weather shelter beds are available for the homeless here in Portland. They're open at several locations. Bud Clark Commons, that's on Northwest 6th and Hoyt. Imago Day on Southeast Ankeny and 13th. And then the Sunrise Center at 189th and Burnside in Gresham. Anybody who needs a place to sleep can call 211 and find a bed and then get a ride there free.
All right, on a morning like this, sometimes our best snow reports come from our viewers. You guys are coming through for us today. Let's start down in Albany. Jackie took this photo up for us. She says this is the deck. You can see there, the deck covered in powder. You can imagine right now the snow is piling up in Bend, and viewer Paul confirms that with this photo right here. Thank you, viewer Paul, for that shot from Bend. And then closer to our state capital, Catherine. Viewer Catherine sent us, I thought we were going to see a video
Says
here.
unavailable. Oh, no.
That is a
What did she say?
It says unavailable. Well, basically, she took a drive-in towards Kaiser this morning. She was going to show us the snow on the ride into Kaiser, but instead we get that haunting script that says unavailable.
I think it's lovely. I think that was a lovely report.
Rod, give us the report right now as far as forecast goes.
So headline number one, it should be done with this by mid-morning, okay? Number two, it doesn't look like it's really going to snow any heavier than it is. That leaves us mainly with light amounts. We still have that projection of up to 4 inches down in Salem. And just to remind you, the warning map is pretty lit up. Everything in purple is the winter storm warning, and that's where your best bet to at least get several inches of snow on the ground is. That includes Salem, McMinnville, then of course working its way up into Mount Hood and up into the Columbia River Gorge. Those storm warnings will be in place all day for there. Here on the west side, Portland, anything from flurries? Check that off. We've already pretty much all seen that. To up to about 2 inches on the ground, and so far no signs that the east side's going to get hit worse than the rest of us, although the east side will see the snow last the longest, but even by mid-morning in Gresham it should be done. Salem 2 to 4. So far not much in the Cascade foothills. Christine Pitawanich was reporting in Salem for us, but we'll keep an eye in places like Decatur throughout the morning hours as well. It's a big swath of snow, but it is mostly light. And it is mostly not getting up into Longview and not getting up over the heart of the summit area on Highway 26. And again, all of this is pushing off to the east. Futurecast by 10 o'clock this morning, actually before 9. It could be mainly over before 9. This is showing you at 10 this morning, showing the storm has moved way out of our area and pretty quickly to boot. All right, so what about the temps? You've heard our live crew say, it's sticking here, it's not sticking here. Well, we have a 32 in Beaverton, a 32 in Taggart, 29 up the hill in Happy Valley. Oregon City, good morning to you, 31. But a lot of spots holding above freezing. There's Sandy at 32. Also 32 up in Kelso and below freezing out through the gorge. The Dalles right now is at 30 degrees. If you are going to the coast, the high passes on 26, not expected to really get that bad, but keep an eye. Astoria will be 44 degrees and primarily dry today along the north beaches. 37 in Salem, so you folks will be warming above freezing during the day after your morning snow comes to an end. Could be as warm as 41 up in Longview, one of our spots that pretty much misses everything. And then out in the gorge, this could be a trouble spot. Anywhere from 2 to 8 inches potentially throughout the day in Hood River, with temperatures there staying below freezing. And tonight will be dry, but will be really cold. I have Portland down to 26 tonight. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Which means we watch for the possibility of refreezing overnight, right, for tomorrow morning. One of the spots that could be a little troublesome here in the next little while, I wanted to show you back at Highway 26 near Cedar Hills Boulevard. The headlights in this shot, that's the westbound commute heading out towards Cedar Hills and Beaverton. There's the eastbound commute. You'll note the side of the road is starting to get a little snow covered, and I've got a little different perspective here as we bring you closer to the ramp near 217. And let's see if this guy's going to take that off ramp. Okay, maybe not, but certainly part of that off ramp is starting to get covered. So obviously it's coming down hard enough that we're starting to see some areas of the local freeway system getting some patchy snow coverage here and there. One of the other big stories this morning that just came into our newsroom about 20 minutes ago, the Santiam Pass, this is a camera shot from up on the pass, Highway 20, is closed right now. ODOT reporting that there was an avalanche up near the pass, and so Highway 20 is a no-go between the Willamette Valley and Central Oregon. So something we'll keep a close eye on. Not sure the details on this just yet, but we'll continue digging and see what we can find. Guys?
Thank you. Well, from all the snow talk to another big talker this morning, the Oscars. It's not unusual to see celebrities in elaborate outfits at the awards show, but comedian Melissa McCarthy set the bar pretty high. I love her. Wait till you see her outfit. That's coming up at 5:49.
Today,
Are you ready to go shopping?
cute clothes advertised on social media.
They look fantastic.
KGW's Kristen Severance puts 4 shops to the test. See what we bought versus what we've done.
Looks like a sack.
Today at 6 a.m.
A lot happens in a day. Outlast happens once. Outlast All Day Lip Color with 24-hour stay power. Now in custom nudes from CoverGirl.
In 15 seconds, you can get pre-qualified for a personal loan. Imagine the possibilities. Go to eloan.com and fill out our simple online application. If you get approved, we'll deposit your money the next business day. It's that simple. Simply smart. That's why our customers love us.
You. All of you. How you live. What you love. That's what inspired us to create America's most advanced internet. Internet that puts you in charge. That protects what's important. That handles everything reaches everywhere. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X-Fi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
5,000 years of Chinese music and dance in one night.
I have never seen a production any better than this anywhere.
5-star.
I was just blown away.
A cultural phenomenon.
I learned more in this performance than I actually do in a whole week of school.
It was special for us.
It's so spiritual and uplifting.
It really healed me.
It's kind of magical.
Coming to Keller Auditorium, April 12th through 14th. Tickets at shenyun.com/Portland or call 888-974-3698.
Welcome back on this snowy Monday. That is a live look at Pioneer Courthouse Square. Our Skycam picking up the flakes flying. We also have some school closures and delays that we want to tell you about this morning. So here they are. First up, the closures. Salem Kaiser, Hood River, Stevenson Carson, Corbett Cascade, North Santiam, Willamina, and Yamhill Carlton all closed. And then some districts are opening 2 hours late. Topping that list, Portland Public, Beaverton, Hillsborough, North Clackamas, Tigard Tualatin, Gresham Barlow, Reynolds, David Douglas, Westland, Wilsonville, and Lake Oswego. The list is growing, and it will be scrolling across the bottom of your screen. As we hear, we will pass it along to you.
We want to check in and see how crews are doing out on the roads around town, so we want to bring in Dylan Rivera with PBOT on the phone. Good morning, Dylan.
Good morning.
So let's start with this. Any particular problem spots your crews have addressed so far today?
You know, we've been working citywide on our snow and ice routes, which cover about a third of the city streets, and focus on those hills and overpasses. We've applied salt on all 99 miles of our road salt routes and de-iced all over the city at areas of high elevation. We're seeing accumulations starting in the West Hills, and we are taking a careful look at East Portland, east of 205. We've had crews there as well because of the cold gorge winds.
Dylan, you mentioned 99 miles worth of roads in the Portland area that you actually do treat with the salt. Can you update us or remind us anyways what some of those spots are exactly?
Oh, yeah, sure. So West Burnside, which goes up to 500 to 1,000 feet. Northwest Skyline, which is entirely 1,000 feet above sea level. Down in Southwest Fairmount as well, which is a key street connecting the west side. Mount Tabor, Mount Scott on the east side, and in the Gateway area as well. So they're sprinkled throughout, really focused on key routes that have been trouble spots because they're high elevation and really important for bus service and hospitals access.
Well, it sounds like your crews are on it. Things are so far so good. We'll have to see what happens as that commute picks up, Dylan. But again, thanks for calling in, and we will talk with you a little later. And again, that is Portland Bureau of Transportation's Dylan Rivera.
All right, coming up on 546. Thank you again, Dylan. Keely Chalmers has been checking out those roads in Portland for herself this morning. Keely, last time we checked with you, you were at Southwest Barnes & Miller. I believe you're still there, and the viewers who are familiar with that area know you're right by that QFC location. So we see snow on the ground, obviously, behind you. Yeah. Have cars gotten through there without any problems so far, though?
Yeah, well, we haven't seen any slipping and sliding, but I can tell you a big difference between about a half an hour ago and now is the snow that is falling, and what was like little tiny flakes, now these big, thick, fluffy flakes, certainly adding to the accumulation. I mean, we're seeing, if you want to pan down to the road here, you can see how quickly these tire tracks that were cleared just a few seconds ago now covered with snow. So I think this is the time we're going to start to see the accumulation, especially up here in the West Hills. Now, we were trying to find folks to talk to about the snow and the road conditions out here, so I had to go into Starbucks. I found this gentleman here, Seth McEwen, who is obviously dressed for the snow. I mean, you must have been planning this out with your outfit here.
Yeah, this is a great question. We're working on cold therapy today, you know, getting out there, really working out, getting our heart rates up, you know, waking up with a smile on our face.
Yeah, but seriously, you actually were out running in this.
Yeah, with my partners. Yeah, we're all out as a team. It's accountability. We're out here enjoying it. Once you get the temperature up, It's really not that bad.
And just to say, you guys are up here, I learned, from Medford for a firefighters conference.
Yeah, we're at the firemanship today. Bunch of 500 other firefighters at the Crystal Ballroom. Awesome time. Great camaraderie. Love it.
Okay. And running up the roads here, how were the conditions?
It gets a little slick, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
But we have spotters. We do the buddy system. We make it work.
You guys are pros. Hey, thank you so much for
you're
talking to
welcome.
us. Now you get inside and get warm.
All right.
All right. So again, the snow falling, thick flakes. We'll be out here for the morning to see. Oh, there you can see. Actually, let's pan over. There we have a plow. Certainly been seeing some plows out here and sanders working hard this morning, but this is when we're starting to see things really start to accumulate, so we'll be out here throughout the morning and we'll keep you posted on the conditions. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Absolutely, Keely, thank you. And Rod, when I drove that road this morning a few hours ago, and it was completely clear.
Well, it pays to get up early, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I missed
just
all
this
of it.
once.
But now it's just white. It happens relatively quickly.
Well, so our forecast models were starting this around 3 or 3:30, and it seems like that was pretty much on the money. And then Keely mentioned starting to see the intensity pick up a little bit. Lots of photos on my KGW Rod Hill Facebook page. That's one spot you can throw them up. This is 830 feet in the West Hills over by Barnes Road. Andrew posting this pic. It's pretty solid coverage there on the patio, it looks like. And then, hello, West Side. You know, after last time where Beaverton didn't get anything, we're all secretly hoping for a big snowstorm out in Beaverton this time. Forest Grove, at least some snow on the ground from Dwayne. Thank you for putting that on my KGW Rod Hill Facebook page. So here's our current radar. Doesn't extend to Longview and doesn't extend up over the summit of the Coast Range, but for the most part, we're all at least looking out the window and seeing snow this morning. And this storm, this is the back edge. It's moving this way off to our east. And if you are just waking up and joining us this morning, by the way, see that brighter white color? That's what Keely's talking about, this little intensified snow band that's moving through the area. If you are just joining us, the big story is we expect accumulating snow, and most of the snow period to be quickly ending mid-morning, maybe before 9 o'clock. So that would leave us with, you know, a couple more hours, maybe 2.5 hours more of snow coming down. 32 at the bus stop, still snowy areas out there, just some harmless flurries at lunchtime, and above freezing, 36. There may be a spotty rain shower mix on 38 degrees when the kids get out of school. Of course, a reminder to check out the bottom of your screen. We have school closures and delays at this hour. This afternoon at 3 o'clock, even out east, most areas looking to get an inch or two of snow. Here on the west side, the beach will get up into the 40s today. Maybe Kelso gets up to 40 degrees today as well. You folks up in Cowlitz County pretty much missing out. Hope that doesn't ruin your day. And then our forecast. Tonight, mainly dry, 26 degrees. Tomorrow, mainly dry, 39. Could be some snow showers Wednesday. But we think this could be the last hurrah in terms of, you know, everybody picking up some accumulation. Did I just jinx us for the entire rest of the winter?
Yes, you did. It is all your fault. If there are any spinouts on this road, Rod, we blame you. Just kidding. This is a live look right now on Highway 26, by the way, out near Cornelius Pass. It's still pretty good out there. The side of the road, and now we're starting to see maybe some tire tracks or some snow starting to build in between the lanes as well out in the Hillsborough area. So certainly the snow coming down at a good clip there. We'll switch gears, give you a little different perspective as we bring you towards one of the ramps to 217 South. It's kind of dark, but you can see the cars are getting around that. There's some snow coverage on the side of the road, a little slush for them. That's one area that I would be maybe slightly concerned about here. If the snow continues to fall at that rate, that could be a spot that gets a little slick here. And one more shot of the Banfield right now over on the east side. Looks like that is in pretty good shape. Of course, the area that we are expecting to get hit the hardest with this storm in the Willamette Valley as we take you down towards the Albany area. This is I-5 near Highway 34. And you can see that there's certainly some snow coverage on the interstate as you get down south of Salem and Albany and Eugene. It's a winter wonderland down there. Remember, when you're out there on the roads in that traffic, set your radio to FM News 101. We've got you covered with traffic on the 7s, mornings and afternoons. We'll be right back.
Taste this and describe it.
Chimpanzees eat it. It grows on a tree. It's yellow.
Eucalyptus.
Next, Ellen, Dak Shepard and Kristen Bell play a tasty game.
Today at 3 on KGW.
Kaiser Permanente Northwest, leading with heart.
Cracked walls, sloping floors, sticking doors. Ramjack can fix that. Ramjack is the only foundation repair company that provides a transferable lifetime warranty backed by a warranty trust. Schedule your free foundation evaluation today. We may discover you don't have foundation issues, but if there are, rest assured, we're the best at what we do. People who do their homework choose Ramjack.
Hot Tub Swim Spa Super Sale this weekend only at Portland Expo Center. Major manufacturer warehouse clearance. Everything must go. Save thousands on #1 rated swim spas. 200 units must be sold. This Friday through Sunday at Portland Expo Center.
I'm Bill. I'm an ambassador.
Rich City, baby.
A former Marine and a singer. My brain doesn't know I'm almost 90, but my body sure does. When I was diagnosed with cataracts, I wanted help. So I went to Oregon Eye Specialists. They were the best. They gave me back my vision.
Hot Tub Swim Spa Super Sale this weekend only at Portland Expo Center. This is it. New 2019 spas from $29.95. Sponsored by #1 rated Marquee Hot Tubs. 200 units must be sold. 0% financing available and free admission. This Friday through Sunday only at Portland Expo Center.
Come celebrate at the Portland Women's Expo, March 2nd at the Oregon Convention Center.
These artists create a pastiche of textiles with authenticity, yet never distract from the story.
This is so weird. This is your trending story this morning. Melissa McCarthy, oh God love her, she presented the award for costume design at the Oscars last night. She got a lot of laughs because, okay, that's so over the top. It's a bunny gown. Do you even know why?
Because that was
in the
the queen in the favorite.
In the favorite,
she
okay.
Had bunnies.
I was not getting the point here to that. So she got a lot of great reviews, and a lot of people are demanding that she hosts the show next year. Hey, I would watch if she were the host. That would be a good choice. For sure. That was your trending story.
Visit the Nautilus shop in Vancouver. Our fitness pros will match you with the right equipment to reach your goals. Come in today, take up to 20% off all our world-class brands and save up to $600. The Nautilus shop in Vancouver.
When we set out to create America's most advanced internet, we started with you. We started by realizing that Grandma should always be within arm's reach, from any room in the house. That dinner time is for catching up
time to eat.
with each other. That homework should be anything but textbook.
Oh my God, it worked!
That the basement can be where everyone wants to be. That feeling safe at home should be a given. And that the best nights out can be nights in. That's how we reimagined Wi-Fi and created Xfinity XFi. Internet that brings your home together. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is XFi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Now is a great time to save at Northwest Rugs and Furniture. Save 30 to 50% off all Persian and tribal rugs and 30 to 50% off select furniture. Plus get 0% financing for 1 year at Northwest Rugs and Furniture in Jansen Beach, Beaverton, and Wilsonville.
Coming up on 4 minutes before 6 o'clock, it is a snow day, ladies and gentlemen, as the flakes in this shot would attest to the fact that we have the snow coming down right now. Downtown Portland, Pioneer Courthouse Square. Lots of snow throughout the area, which leads to lots of school closures and delays.
Yeah, we have a lot of delays this morning, but we can show you here some closures. Salem, Kaiser, Hood River, Stevenson, Carson, Corbett, Cascade. There are lots of them, guys. So we are going to keep them scrolling at the bottom of your screen. And then, of course, we'll have you updated at the top of the 6 o'clock hour with more on that.
Chris McGinnis has been doing a great job keeping track of your Monday commute with all the snow. Fill us in.
Guys, got new trouble up in the West Hills. Not surprising here, an area that's certainly seeing at least some light accumulations right now. Getting word of a crash on Germantown Road right there. I've got that circled. It's right near the intersection with Old Germantown Road. So certainly one of those higher areas and quite likely has some snow coverage this morning. Wanted to take you to the southwest side of town. This is a PBOT camera, Portland Bureau of Transportation, 99W near Taylor's Ferry. And that's up in elevation a little bit, but you can see the center median there between the lanes is starting to get a little snow covered. So obviously kind of watching as that temperature right around the freezing mark and things might start to get a little slick out there. I want to take you out to the west side real quick. Highway 26 near Cedar Hills Boulevard. And while the freeway itself looks like it's okay, there certainly looks like there's a little bit more snow out there now than there was. We'll certainly stay on top of this for you, and we will be right back.
You know when you're at Ross and, well, you realize you can totally eat out more. That's Yes for Less. Get the latest spring trends for your home at 20 to 60% off specialty store prices at Ross. Yes for less.
There's a new $1, $2, $3 menu hack at McDonald's.
Now you can choose 2 of your favorites for just $3.
Like a savory sausage McMuffin.
A classic McDouble.
Or a crispy McChicken.
You can even mix them up.
And here comes any size soft drink or any size coffee for $1.
It's the new Choose 2 for $3 on the $1, $2, $3 menu.
Got it.
You know that's poison ivy, right?
Yeah, no.
Game's about to start, guys. Let's go.
All right.
There are some things you should understand before it's too late. Your car insurance coverage is one of them. Call Amica for a quote and we'll work harder to explain your options. For example, what's the difference between single limit and split limit coverage? You know he left his homework upstairs?
Of course.
It's good to know. Wait till you talk to Amica about car insurance. We'll make it all convenient and easy, and we'll help you save with every available discount. Once you've experienced our personal service, you'll know you made the right call. Discover the car insurance you really need before you really need it. Call Amica now or get a quote at amica.com. Welcome to Amica. This is helpfulness insured.
You know when you're at Ross and suddenly realize great minds shop alike?
Yes.
That's Yes for Less.
Yep.
Yes. Seriously, 20 to 60% off department store prices every day at Ross. Yes for less.
Today,
Are you ready to go shopping?
cute clothes advertised on social media.
They look fantastic.
KGW's Kristen Severance puts 4 shops to the test. See what we bought versus what we've done.
Looks like a sack.
Today at 6 a.m., the KGW Storm Team has you covered. Rod in the morning.
Look at the big chunk of moisture just offshore.
Matt at night.
That is the Rainmaker.
When you should dress for change, grab a jacket or bring an umbrella. The KGW Storm Team, only on KGW. This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Hey, welcome to our 6 o'clock edition of our Sunrise Show. Take a look at this shot. This is Keely Chalmers is out in the West Hills, and Rod is jumping. Are you
jumping
so
up and
excited?
down. Yes,
Look
it
at the
is.
snow coming down. This
Save yourself.
This is from Southwest Barnes and Miller. Rod, what were you going to say?
It's winter.
It sure is.
You know who
Thanks
else
for that
is
input.
jumping up and
Thank
down? School kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are some closures and delays. Can we put those up on the top of the screen there so we can run through what families need to know this morning? There you go. Okay. They asked me, where are you going? And I'm moving closer to the monitor
Our
so
monitors
we can see.
are tiny.
So these are the closures: Salem, Kaiser, Hood River, Stevenson, Carson, McMinnville, Yamhill, Carlton, Corbett, Cascade, North Santiam, and Willamina. All right, let's also look at the schools that are opening late. We have those for you as well this morning. There you go. Portland Public leads the way, opening 2 hours late. Beaverton, Hillsborough, North Clackamas, Tigard, Tualatin, Gresham, Barlow, Reynolds, David Douglas, Westland, Wilsonville, and Lake Oswego. We also have those running at the bottom of your screen because as we get more, we will pass them along to you.
I don't know if you could add any more to that list at this point.
All right, 1 minute after 6 o'clock. Let's get to Rod Hill right now with the latest on this winter forecast, Rod.
Let me just say, I am so happy for you folks out in Beaverton and Hillsborough. So many people were disappointed last time where they got nothing, but at least we're seeing snow out through those areas this morning. I do want to point out this is the back edge over the Coast Range. Everything's going to be moving off to the east and pulling up to the north. You can see from Battleground down through Salem, it's pretty widespread. We do have some areas where you see the brighter white cutting over downtown Portland and the West Hills right now. That's some pretty good snowflakes coming down. Futurecast 8 o'clock this morning shows it's all over. And maybe this is a little too aggressive, but certainly I would say by 9, we think the accumulating snow part of our day is done. And after that, we'll just see some scattered showers around, which could be snow or rain later today. At the bus stop, generally speaking, about freezing out the door. You get to wear your snow boots because we do have snow on the ground. 36 at lunchtime, a spotty shower, and about 38 at 3 p.m. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Rod's got his snow boots on here in the studio. All right, it's starting to get a little thick. Let's go ahead and pick up the drive right now, south and west of town. There goes what timing, right? There goes a Peabody de-icer there, right down 99W. This is near Taylor's Ferry. The center median there certainly showing a little bit of snow coverage, but the road itself looks like we're down to just plain old bare pavement. Highway 26 has been interesting this morning, though. This is out near the Sunset Transit Center, and we'll go just a little farther west out towards Cedar Hills Boulevard. And there's certainly some pockets where the road, the freeway itself, has some snow coverage. And guys, I did just see that Washington County is telling folks that their public buildings will not be opening until 10 a.m. this morning. So that's the latest update on that side of town, guys.
Okay, good to know, Chris. We want to go further south and check out how people are doing in Salem. So let's send it out to our Tim Gordon, who's been out there this morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. You know, we made it up into the hills west of Salem, southwest of Salem. This is Viewcrest Drive south, and our elevation's about 700 feet here, and you can see the difference. It's 32 degrees, and the snow is definitely on the road. There's a quiet country road out here. There's a pretty large parcels with homes up here, but it's a nice, wet, very packable snow. No doubt about it. It's sticking here probably a couple inches on the ground at 700 feet west of Salem. Beautiful sight, really. We're shooting for, you know, a little bit, I don't know, more dense neighborhood with streetlights, but we ended up in a country spot, and it's really quite pretty. But the road is snow covered. We did see that we came out Kubler to get to here, and they were plowing. We saw a couple plows working the main roads in southwest Salem where the snow is really coming down. So they are working on those main arterials. Beautiful sight down the way. Look at this vegetation. I don't know if it's pampas grass or what, but they've got it lit up. That's a really nice property down there. It must be a nice place. But it's kind of a beautiful winter scene that they actually have lights on with their trees and stuff down there. So beautiful sight up here in West Salem. It's definitely snowing. The big headline for Salem Kaiser kids is the district is closed for the day, so you're going to be able to get out and enjoy this while it lasts this morning. You know, wait till the sun comes up, but it's definitely snowing and sticking at this elevation in Salem. Guys, back to you.
There are going to be some happy families, at least the kids. Thank you, Tim. Let's move farther south right now and talk about Eugene. It is getting hit hard this morning, and it's already causing issues on the roads. So check out that video somebody posted overnight. Look at the car just sliding down the street. We have been seeing videos of the snow pop up on Snapchat all night. Some people have been out playing in it. That's the way to go if you can. We went down to Eugene last night to hear more about how people are feeling about this weather.
I am prepared for snow. Yeah, I'm going to have some hot tea here and get a bottle of red wine.
We are ready for it. We've been really excited for it and hoping to get out of school tomorrow.
Well, there are some school closures and delays for students there, and power outages, unfortunately, as well. Right now, Pacific Power is reporting about 29,000 people between Eugene and Roseburg. They are without electricity. Ooh.
Sounds like that gentleman we spoke to in Eugene was more prepared to quench his thirst than for the snow that was falling there. Good news, we heard from Keely Chalmers earlier. She's out there at Barnes and Miller. You didn't see any slipping and sliding there this morning, Keely, but you are seeing some of those big, heavy chunks of snow coming down.
Oh man, what a difference it has, this hour has been when we were out here at 5 o'clock. We just saw some little flakes out there. The road was pretty clear. I mean, it was covered, but you could see where the cars were driving, certainly could see the tracks. Now it is totally snow covered. We got a good amount of snow not only falling, we've got a good amount of snow piling up on the ground as well. I'd say, I don't know, about an inch of snow, maybe even more. So we're definitely starting to see the accumulation out here. I found Jordan, who was nice enough to talk to me, and Jordan's dog. What's your dog's name?
Her name's Stella.
Stella. Hey,
Stella. Sit.
Dogs love the snow. How does your dog like
She loves the snow. She loves the snow. It's a different world for her.
Yeah, and talk about the driving here. What are you seeing out there on the roads? I mean, certainly, I talked to somebody earlier. They were saying that there was some slipping and sliding going on.
Yeah, there's definitely slipping and sliding going on, especially up here in the higher elevation. Down on 217, it was pretty dry just about 30-40 minutes ago.
And you've seen the conditions change probably in the last 30 minutes?
Been up for about an hour, and it's definitely, you know, there was very little snow up here an hour ago, and there's 2-3 inches now probably, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're starting to definitely see it pile up here. What's your advice for drivers who heading out here anytime soon, I guess?
Stay home, because Portland can't handle the snow, and it shuts it down.
Yeah. All right, you have a truck, so you're okay.
Yeah, 4-wheel drive, I'm okay. I can get around okay.
Right. Okay, hey, well, thank you so much for talking to us, and you guys stay safe, and Stella, you enjoy the snow. There you go. I got to give Stella a pat. All right, so yeah, things definitely changing, conditions changing over the last hour or so. You can see that I'm now covered in snow. Not only is it snowing, the snow is coming at an angle, so it gets in your face, on your clothes, kind of piles up in different areas. But we'll be out here throughout the morning, and we'll keep you posted on the situation up here in the West Hills. For now, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Keely Chalmers.
She likes me.
I think she does. She does.
Made a friend for life. Thanks,
Keely, thanks. Hey, we want to share some of your pictures. A lot of you guys are sending in. You're delivering awesome photos and videos. So here are a couple. This is from Barbara in Lebanon. This was around 5 o'clock this morning. Looks like the patio set is just covered in snow out there.
Kind of snow bullseye, by the way. Lebanon, they could really stack it up.
Okay, good to know. And Hippie Girl PNW 32 said snowing hard. Hashtag PNW Snow Day. That's pretty. And our third one is from Kelvin Beaverton. This is up by 217. Just kind of a dusting out in that area. So keep sending your pictures using the hashtag IamUpPDX, and we will share them right here on Sunrise.
You know, a reminder, a couple weeks ago, we told you it would snow in Beaverton.
It took a while.
How many weeks ago was that now?
At some point this winter, it'll snow.
But you said like a couple more hours, 2-3 more hours, and then it's out?
Somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock, this should really get out of here. I think we have our live camera at Pioneer Courthouse Square from the Pioneer Park building. Big flakes coming down there. Looks like, I don't know, is there anything on the bricks? It looks like maybe barely something on the bricks down there. Not much, it doesn't look like, but a pretty shot. Okay, so we still have the winter storm warning, which has been issued from Salem. Basically, where you see a winter storm warning, there's at least the chance for up to 4 inches of accumulation, and that comes up into Mount Hood, where they'll get 10 to 18 today. And then the Gorge, it could still be 6, 7, 8 inches of snow later today in Hood River. The storm warnings for the Cascades and the Gorge, if you're traveling in those areas, extend all day long. And last time I looked at the 84 cameras about an hour ago, looked like partial snow cover. So the Gorge is going to be slow going today. With temperatures below freezing all day, by the way, in 84 through the beautiful Gorge itself. All right, Portland. So flurries, pretty much, yeah, we got that up to about 2 inches. And we saw maybe a good inch, a little bit more than that already on the West Hills. So maybe the West Hills goes above 2. Salem generally 2 to 4, same thing in McMinnville. Looking at our Cascade Foothill communities, haven't seen a report out of Estacada. As of an hour ago, Sandy didn't really have much of anything, and then Hood River, I mentioned, could get up to about 8 inches of snow. This was early this morning down in McMinnville. Terry Johnson sending me the snowflakes coming down when he got up, and these pictures from my KGW Rod Hill Facebook page. And by the way, just go to my page, whatever the latest post is, put a comment down, put your photo with it. That's the easiest way for me to get these on the air. Out in Forest Grove, again, Dwayne posting some pictures of snow on the ground there. All right, here's the current radar. 609, pretty widespread, but notice it does not extend up into Longview, where you folks are not under any type of advisory. In fact, we're not even sure you get precipitation at all. All of this is kind of pushing up to the north, but the mass itself is moving off to the east. And the big story here, 8:30 this morning, Futurecast showing that Salem is even out of the snow. Now, there will be some showery precipitation the rest of the day, but this looks to be into mid-morning in terms of sticking snow, and that's about it. 31 now in Beaverton, 33 in Gresham, 31 in Oregon City. We have generally cooled down over the past hour. More and more of us are now getting down to within a degree of 32. Tonight it's dry and cold in the 20s. Tomorrow should be dry as well. I know Chris is a busy man.
Oh, yeah, watching the snow fall on the ODOT and WashDOT cameras. Let's take you out to Washington County. This is a snapshot from Murray Boulevard near Maverick Street, south of Beaverton. And you can see certainly some snow coverage there. Back to the freeways and the ODOT cameras at the Sylvan Hill, right? You can see a lot here. You can see Highway 26 down below. This is the Skyline Boulevard overpass. And certainly over the last hour, there has been, the snow on the side of the road starting to creep into maybe some of the lanes as well. So there is at least some partial snow coverage on that side of town on the freeways. We'll take you out towards 217, and there's a car making that exit from 217 or onto 217 eastbound. Looks like they're getting around okay, but looks a little snowier now than it did just a few minutes ago. Guys?
All right, Chris, thanks a lot. I want to show viewers our view this morning from the roof of KGW's main studios here, Southwest 15th and Jefferson. You can see the snow is coming down right now. Big story this morning, school closures and delays. You can see those crawling along the bottom of your screen right now. We have crews in Salem. We have crews in the West Hills. Christine Pitawanich driving through the Gorge right now on I-84. We're going to check back with her in just a moment. Keep it right here. Snow coverage on a Monday. This is Sunrise.
Dania Furniture. We make it simple. You make it home.
Everyone's got to listen to Mom. When it comes to reducing the sugar in your family's diet, Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Pepsi hear you, and we're working together to do just that, bringing you more great-tasting beverages with less sugar or no sugar at all, smaller portion sizes, clear calorie labels, and reminders to think balance. Because we know Mom wants what's best. More beverage choices, smaller portions, less sugar. BalanceUS.org.
Considering a body contouring or fat removal procedure? Just remember that at Aesthetic Medicine, you'll always meet with an experienced physician at your initial consultation. That's not something you'll always find elsewhere.
Visit drdarm.com, then call for a free consultation.
Does your customers connecting to the Wi-Fi ever slow down your business?
Yes, it does slow things down.
Aggravating.
It's a nightmare.
So our gig speed network is fast. And we go beyond fast by making it easy to create separate networks for your business and your customers, and even control how much bandwidth each of those gets. So your business won't miss a beat.
This is a big game changer.
This is the new wave, and whoever doesn't get on, I think they would be left behind.
Just one more way we go beyond CenturyLink. Right now, get fast, reliable internet and at Wi-Fi Pro for a low price. Comcast Business, beyond fast.
Here in Oregon, we're big city or we're small town, or sometimes no town. But we all benefit from lottery funding. Learn more at OregonLottery.org. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
One look at our outstanding customer reviews and free lifetime warranty, and you'll know why people choose the award-winning Dick Hanna Subaru. Lease the 2019 Subaru Outback 2.5i for $139 a month, or the 2019 Ascent Premium for $279 a month, or the 2019 Impreza 2.0i for $99 a month. Visit Dick Hanna Subaru during the Subaru True Love event and fall in love with Subaru today. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice.
Now is a great time to save at Northwest Rugs and Furniture. Save 30 to 50% off all Persian and tribal rugs, and 30 to 50% off select furniture. Plus, get 0% financing for 1 year at Northwest Rugs and Furniture in Jansen Beach, Beaverton, and Wilsonville.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on Sunrise.
I say good Monday morning, and I mean it.
Rod is on the road this morning.
This is my town.
Chris McGinnis is here with another edition of Driving Me Crazy.
I'd love to hear what's driving you crazy.
So come with me.
They thought it was funny.
This is our viewer voice poll.
We got hundreds of responses. There are some bold spots.
He says it's over.
This is going off the rails.
All right, let's go.
Hey, welcome back at 6:15. Take a look at all the snow falling, a little powder covering the ground. This is up in the West Hills of Portland. This is near Southwest Barnes and Miller, where Keely Chalmers has been out chatting with people as they get their day started. Man, it's really coming down. Some big chunky flakes earlier that were falling.
Looks like Franz is still making the bread delivery though to the QFC.
Thank you to all of you still up and going to work this morning at 6:15 on a Monday.
All right, let's hit the road and head east of town. Christine Pitawanich is in Drive 8 this morning, going through the gorge on I-84. Good morning again, Christine.
Good morning. Yes, we've kind of been all over the place this morning trying to give an accurate view of what's going on out on the roads. East County, so Gresham, Sandy, Troutdale, all pretty good, clear, wet roads. Troutdale was totally dry. It was interesting. I'll give you a look at what we're looking at right now here on I-84. We've passed Cascade Locks. We're heading toward Hood River, and you can see, I'd say probably in the last like 15 plus minutes or so, snow has started to stick on. Of course, that's to be expected as we head further into the gorge. I know Hood River, Rod was saying, could receive 6 to 8 inches of snow. You could definitely see that accumulate as we get closer to Hood River. So we'll continue on our way I-84 eastbound toward Hood River. We'll give you a look at what it looks like there. We've heard of a number of school closures in the Corbett Hood River area. I know that ODOT has said that their concern is, of course, I-84 not wanting to have another mess, another pileup that we saw maybe a couple weeks ago on I-84, but looking pretty okay for now. Looks like to be expected, you know, when snow hits. We'll send it back to you, and maybe when you check in with us next, we'll actually be in Hood River. Back to you.
Okay, sounds good, and safe travels, Christine. Thank you.
So Christine and her photographer Eric Patterson giving us that one-car view driving through the gorge right now. But we can bring in Don Hamilton from the Oregon Department of Transportation to give us that big picture view of driving through the gorge. So Don, welcome back to our show. Let's talk again about I-84 in the gorge. What are your crews seeing there right now?
Don, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
There we go.
Often get a lot of snow. We often get a lot of snow in the gorge. It's not unusual for them to get huge amounts, and this is not an enormous snowfall. Our ultimate tool when things go bad in the gorge is to close it. Close Interstate 84, and that keeps the trucks away from the bad, slippery areas in there. But I don't think we're anywhere near that this morning. Things seem to be doing pretty well.
So we're focusing on the gorge. Obviously, we have Christine Pitawanis driving through there right now in our Drive 8. But in a spot that we're not in right now with one of our crews, you can fill us in. I-5 near Lane County. We're hearing about some problems there. Can you tell us what's going on?
Well, they're getting hit pretty hard down in the central and southern valley around in there. Certainly in Lane County, they've had a bunch of road closures. They've had trees falling on some of the roads out there. I-5, they're keeping open. It's in good shape. It's getting hit hard, but we've got the plows out there. We're doing what we can to make sure it stays open and stays safe.
And Don, I might have missed this because your mic was kind of, your signal might have been poor at the beginning of this interview, but did you say you guys are using salt anywhere at this point, and if so, what spots?
Well, I'm not sure if they've had salt out there. Our local maintenance people make that call out there. It's one of the important tools that we use out there. Don't know if any salt has been necessary so far this morning.
All right, Don Hamilton again from the Oregon Department of Transportation with us on this Monday morning. We're calling it a snow day. We thank you for joining us. We may hear from Don again. We'll see what the weather brings. But Rod, you were saying that this is a situation weather-wise that we should be seeing the clear from in about a couple of hours.
Up and down I-5, we think this pulls out in the 8 o'clock hours. By 9 o'clock, we think accumulating snow is done. Quick note about the gorge. You could see our live shot there. Clearly, the I-84 is at least partially snow covered, but it looked like our Drive 8 unit was moving fine. There's that live shot again. But this area out in the gorge, I-84 to Hood River, will be under a storm warning all day. And we think these conditions will get worse before they get better, with the forecast still calling for up to 8 inches of snow in Hood River, and perhaps temperatures even dropping yet and not getting above freezing during the day. So simply put, it's one of those days you don't have to take on the gorge. I would postpone your trip and not do it, okay? The clear spot, Astoria, Tillamook. So far, nothing up in Longview. Either we'll be getting nipped by a flurry or totally missing out. I wanted to show you kind of the back edge. We thought Vernonia could at least get a couple inches of snow with maybe some higher amounts, but so far you're right on the back edge. And there's snow up Highway 30, of course, Scappoose up into St. Helens right now. Pretty much the entire, what we consider to be our metro cities, all getting hit with some snow. So at the bus stop, freezing temps out the door. Most areas are at least going to get a dusting to an inch, it looks like. Maybe some areas up in the hills get closer to 3. And temperatures later today above freezing, maybe even a spotty rain shower at 3 o'clock when the kids get out of school. We're going to bring in some Monday birthdays. Here we go. Who are we celebrating? Jameson down in Salem. Getting a snow day, right? Happy birthday. Good for you.
Good birthday present.
6 years old. Samaya is 6. Beautiful lady. Looks like she just got her nails done. I like that. 6 years old. Cameron is 7. Happy birthday to you. That's a fun picture there. Rylan up in Kelso, kind of missing out. Good thing he had some fun in the snow a little earlier this year, it looks like. 8 years old today. And Jack is also 8. Likes to go off-roading, it looks like. Happy birthday. That's a great picture. Trevor's 11, an award winner, shall we say. Happy birthday to you. Miles is 11 in Clackamas. Happy birthday to you. And we have Katie's the one on the right. Happy birthday, 36 years young. Beautiful picture of Jamie. She's 37 out in Sandy, where we think they're just starting to pick up some snow on the ground this morning. Happy birthday to you. We have one more. Let's see here. Akaika is celebrating a birthday. Beautiful picture out there on a beautiful day, it looks like. That's fun stuff. Birthday-pics at KGW.com. We'll celebrate right along with you. I have like 3 people telling me how to pronounce names in my ear. I appreciate that very much.
Hey, I have one more too. As we speak, viewer Rob Mahar sent me a message and said, can you wish my wife Teresa a happy 49th birthday today?
Oh, nice.
So we're texting right now as birthdays. I'm like, turn your TV on.
Oh, that's
so
awesome. Happy
Teresa,
birthday.
happy 49th today.
Yeah. Bravo.
I was going to suggest we only do it if you send in a picture to birthday-pics at KGW, but you guys went.
Or you can text Ashley.
That was nice
there you
of
go.
you. Very
Message
nice of
me
you.
on Facebook.
However it works. All right, Chris, take it away. Any trouble spots on the
end.
roads?
Just give it to Ashley. We've got snow-covered roads, of course, south of town especially. And Brenda, this is a look from one of the ODOT cameras down south of the Albany area. This is I-5 near Highway 34, and you can see some snow on the camera lens there. Lots of trouble being reported, by the way, in Lane County, including the closure of the Santiam Pass. Highway 20 is closed because of an avalanche. We had one yesterday. It sounds like we may have had another one this morning. Regardless, ODOT's still working to get that clear a little farther south between Albany and Eugene on Highway or Interstate 5. You can see obviously a kind of a snow-covered mess there. Wanted to show you the roads in Washington County. This is Murray Boulevard near Maverick Street. You can see that's kind of snow-covered. A little farther north near Hart Road, we've got some snow coverage there. And into the heart of Beaverton here, the intersection of Murray Boulevard and Allen Boulevard. This is just a couple of minutes ago. This camera courtesy of Washington County. You can see that they've got some snow coverage to deal with there as well. Remember, when you're on the roads in that traffic, set your radio to FM News 101. They've got you covered with traffic on the 7s mornings and afternoons. We'll be right back.
Taste this and describe it.
Chimpanzees eat it. It grows on a tree. It's yellow.
Eucalyptus.
Next, Ellen, Dak Shepard and Kristen Bell play a tasty game.
Today at 3 on KGW.
Spirit Mountain Casino offers 5 dining destinations for the best buffet. Burgers, salads, and fine dining. And our breakfast buffet is the best you'll ever sink your fork into. Spirit Mountain Casino. Have some real fun and great food.
Cracked walls, sloping floors, sticking doors. Ramjack can fix that. Ramjack is the only foundation repair company that provides a transferable lifetime warranty backed by a warranty trust. Schedule your free foundation evaluation today. We may discover you don't have foundation issues, but if there are, rest assured, we're the best at what we do. People who do their homework choose Ramjack.
A travel trailer lets you get away and reconnect with the ones who matter. Start your getaway at Curtis Trailers with the largest selection of towable RVs in the Northwest and prices starting at $169 a month. Curtis Trailers, Portland and Beaverton.
At Discount Windows, choose from top quality windows like Milgard.
Discount Windows features Milgard because of their ability to turn any customer's vision into a reality.
Check out Milgard's energy-rated Essence series. They're comprised of a solid wood interior and a fiberglass exterior. Colored frames are available with powder coat technology.
Your Milgard windows are covered by a full lifetime warranty.
For all your windows, doors, trim, molding, and hardware, Discount Windows.
You. All of you. How you live. What you love. That's what inspired us to create America's most advanced internet. Internet that puts you in charge. That protects what's important. That handles everything and reaches everywhere. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is Xfi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
1 in 4 deaths in the U.S. is caused by heart disease. If someone you love is at risk, consider these important points. Is surgery necessary? What's the hospital's rating? And what can you expect after the procedure?
Brought to you by Kaiser Permanente.
Advanced treatments in heart care make open heart surgery a viable option in some patients, but it's not the only option. At Kaiser Permanente, we also offer minimally invasive procedures which often have quicker recovery times and improved outcomes.
Meet the Workmaster 25S subcompact tractor from New Holland, where value meets productivity. Get back to basics with a tractor that makes a big impact on your workload with little impact on your wallet. Backed by our industry-leading 6-year powertrain warranty, it's time to get to work. Get started today for as low as $99 per month for a Workmaster 25S. For more information, visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Welcome back. It is 6:26. Look at that guy clearing off the sidewalk for customers there in the QFC Plaza up along the West Hills. Look at that guy. He's just trying to get into work. He's like, there's a camera in my face.
Going to town.
What is going on? Yeah, this is right up near Barnes and Miller, if you're familiar. West Hills, they've kind of increased the amount of snow that we could see up there, maybe 3 inches before all is said and done. Portland Public Schools, by the way, opening 2 hours late. The rest of the school closures and delays running in the crawl at the bottom of your screen.
You know, some of the best reports we get on a day like this come from our viewers. This is a great video from just down the street from where we just saw. This is Cornell and Miller Road, so obviously the snow falling in the West Hills this morning. Some more photos. Cassandra says, woohoo, beautiful snow in Albany. I would agree with that. Cassandra, looks awesome. We're going to come right back with the, come right back with the 6:30 half hour of KGW News at Sunrise.
Download the new Portland Weather app from KGW.
Come celebrate everyone's favorite day out at the Portland Women's Expo. You don't want to miss the beauty bar, massage and facial services, and plenty of local vendors and swag. Bring your best friends for a day full of fun and inspiration, and we'll see you March 2nd at the Oregon Convention Center.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going non-stop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
Progress is confidence in chaos. Innovative safety and driver assistance technologies like Audi Presence, found in the Audi Q7. Get an exceptional offer at your local Audi dealer.
There's a new $1, $2, $3 menu hack at McDonald's.
Now you can choose 2 of your favorites for just $3.
Like a savory sausage McMuffin.
A classic McDouble.
Or a crispy McChicken.
You can even mix them up. And here comes any size soft drink or any size coffee for $1.
It's the new Choose 2 for $3 on the $1, $2, $3 menu.
Come celebrate everyone's favorite day out at the Portland Women's Expo. You don't want to miss the beauty bar, massage and facial services, and plenty of local vendors and swag. Bring your best friends for a day full of fun and inspiration, and we'll see you March 2nd at the Oregon Convention Center.
This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Hey, welcome back or good morning. If you're just tuning in right now, we are covering all things weather and snow this morning. You have 3 pictures telling stories on your screen of the weather today. On the left is Southwest Portland. This is our view here, kind of in the downtown area of flakes falling. Then on the top right, you can see our crew there out in Drive 8. This is out in the gorge. And on the bottom, you can see a shot from the West Hills. That's up in Southwest Portland. You guys, they could get up to 3 inches of snow. So we are right in the middle of that storm right now.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. Families will want to know about this because we have some school closures and delays. Let's start it off with the closures. Salem, Kaiser, Hood River, Stevenson, Carson, McMinnville, Yamhill, Carlton, Corbett, Cascade, North Sandiam, Willamina, and Duffer. All those districts are closed. Opening 2 hours late, Portland Public, Beaverton, Hillsborough, North Clackamas, Tigard, Tualatin, Gresham, Barlow, Reynolds, David Douglas, Westland, Wilsonville, and Lake Oswego. Keep checking, though, at the bottom of your screen. The crawl has updated information, as does our website.
We have team coverage this morning on this storm. We have a reporting crew in the West Hills of Portland. You see Christine Pitawanis driving through the gorge right now. Tim is down in Salem, but let's start with you, Rod Hill. I've got your back this morning, Rod, because it's so easy to take a shot at the weatherman on a morning like this. I'm going to say that last Tuesday, 6 days ago on the show, you were saying, hey, Monday morning has the potential for something.
Keep an eye.
We've got something.
Here we go. By the way, just got some pictures from my wife. We live pretty close to Columbia River High School, if you know the area, up in Clark County. in Hazeldale. Just a wet, grassy dusting. The streets look fine. Of course, conditions can still be changing, but that's the latest from up in Clark County, and so far no word on what Vancouver Public is going to do. All right, here we go. We have nothing in Longview, nothing in Astoria. This is the back edge that I'm pointing out. We do have snow up Highway 30. There's St. Helens. Vernonia just barely getting something up in the Coast Range. Everything is moving off to the east. Our latest Futurecast models show that accumulating snow should be over at some point in the 8 o'clock hour. So just another hour plus of getting some decent snow. Temps anywhere from mid-30s to freezing, 31 Beaverton, 34 downtown Portland, 33 degrees in Salem. And our planner, mid-30s at lunchtime, again, accumulating snow over somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour. Later today, could be a spotty rain or snow shower mix with temperatures in the upper 30s. Here's Chris.
Rod, let's give you a live look at the roads on the west side. Quick look at Highway 26 out near 217. And while traffic looks like it's getting along okay, you can certainly see that there is some snow coverage to be had even on the road that has been treated this morning. Here's a live look near the Sunset Transit Center, which is on the far left, lower left-hand side of your screen. This is the ramp from 217 and from Barnes onto the westbound Sunset, and there's the Sunset itself, Highway 26. There's plenty of snow coverage out there, but not necessarily on the road. So it looks like we're in relatively good shape. I-5 south of town near the Twilliger Curve rolling along just fine right now. Some of the other roads that we're looking at, Washington County, this is up near Barnes and Burnside, up near 900 feet. That's up pretty high, but that's snow covered. And out near Cornell and 143rd, that looks snow covered as well. And a busy stretch of Murray near Maverick Street, kind of just south of the Beaverton area, or in Beaverton. And you can see that we've got some snow coverage there. But so far, guys, I haven't had any reports of any major unexpected delays, no serious crashes to report just yet.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, let's head south a little ways and check in with Salem. Our Tim Gordon is out there this morning. And Tim, how are things looking?
Hey, Ashley. Well, you know, we found a neighborhood and we're still up at some elevation in Salem. Not quite as high as we were last hit, but about an inch of snow on the ground here. You can see the neighborhood. It's beautiful. Very nice here in Salem. The kids in this neighborhood can be staying home because there's no school here. You know, plow just came through here, went down the street, did some work in there, and then came back out. So you can see the neighborhood road here is just been plowed. So it's pretty impressive that they're actually getting off of Main Street and getting into neighborhoods already. The snow continues to fall here. It's 32 degrees by the car thermometer, and so it's definitely sticking here in Salem. And for that reason, as we mentioned, schools are closed. Salem-Kaiser District schools are closed this morning. They called it really early, but you know, the snow was slushy at the valley level, but as soon as you gain any elevation in Salem, it's definitely sticking, and there's an accumulation. So that's the latest from here. We didn't have a whole lot of time. Okay, and plus I made this one. Photog Chad did not, but he's just, you know, he needs a little brushing up, but he's got shiny eyes, and Chad. That was payback, you know, from Hood River and stuff when I killed his snowman. So
I prefer
there
to see you barrel into it like
him.
last time. He like literally tackled the snowman. Tim, thank you.
All right, let's head back to the West Hills here in the metro area. Also at elevation, Keely Chalmers is standing by. If you're familiar, it's right there at the shopping center QFC. It seems like people are getting after it. They're trying to clear sidewalks and get some stuff done this morning.
Yeah, we're seeing lots of action out here. You can see right across the street kind of the sounds of winter, that grinding on the pavement of the plows digging out from under the snow. We're thinking maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches out here. But yeah, the crews are out here clearing the driveways and clearing the parking lots. Here's a look at Southwest Miller. That's the road you're seeing there, and you can see it is snow covered. Traffic going okay, although we are noticing traffic going a bit slower than normal, but we haven't seen any issues. We'll kind of pan around here. You can see crews out here, again, clearing the parking lot, putting down a nice layer of salt, because they cleared this probably about, 20 minutes ago, and you can see that it's still got, even in that time, a nice layer of fresh snow. I want to bring in Heather here, you're escaping the snow by getting underneath the Starbucks awning, but you actually planned for this snow, and you ended up staying with your parents last night to be able to get into work this morning.
Yeah, I live over in North Portland on the river, and sometimes it's a little more slippery over there, so I stay on this side of town because I work out in Beaverton. So
yeah, Yeah. And you made it into Starbucks okay?
Yes, Starbucks, no problem, 5 minutes away. I have a front-wheel drive, so I feel pretty confident.
Right. How about getting to work now?
Well, I have to go still down the road and onto the freeway, but I heard the freeways were fine. So
yeah, just keeping your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that crews have been out plowing the roads. We saw several PBOT crews out this morning. We were driving around downtown and headed this way. So they're out there. You can see the parking lot crews are out here doing their job. The snow keeps piling up on cars, on roads, on parking lots, you name it, up here in the West Hills. I can tell you a little bit of a difference from about a half hour ago. We've been talking about the snowflakes and the size of the snowflakes. They were real thick, fluffy. Now they're back to kind of small, icy snowflakes. Not sure if that means this is moving out or if it's just kind of a change in the weather pattern, but still, I can tell you, coming down. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Keely, we're going to be talking weather in just a sec, so thank you, and we'll get back to you shortly.
Let's get to one more crew right now. Christine Pitawanich, we've seen her all morning driving in Drive 8 through the gorge, most recently Rod Hill, and now I believe you're in Hood River. Is that correct, Christine?
Yes, we are in Hood River now. We started our morning out in East County, so we're talking Gresham, Sandy. Those places were all dry or wet roads. Troutdale, totally dry, but here you can see snow covered, and this is exactly what Rod Hill was talking about. It said up to 8 inches, so maybe 6 to 8 inches here in Hood River. And we're seeing the snow stick. We're seeing it come down, not huge flakes. Our car thermometer says it's 32 degrees right on the dot. I'd say on I-84 as we were headed out here, snow started sticking to the highway probably around the Cascade Locks area, maybe a little before. But yeah, this is what we're seeing out in the gorge. Not entirely unexpected, especially in the winter months, but definitely understandable that some of the schools here in Hood River, Corbett, they're canceling class. You can see why, but we'll continue to monitor conditions out here. Hopefully everyone has a safe drive to work today or wherever they're headed out, but hey, if you can avoid the gorge, do it. Back to you.
All right, Christine, thank you very much. Rod, so when are we thinking of being out of this snow?
When would you like to be out of
well,
this
snow? Sooner than later would be great.
Now, all of our futurecast models still show somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock that the accumulating part of our snow is done. And you know, so far, I'm just looking at my Facebook reports. You look at that graphic on television. But Enchanted Forest neighborhood, that's what, just south of Salem, just 2 inches on the ruler. So it doesn't look like that at least parts of Salem are really getting buried, mostly just a couple inches on the ground down there. Again, KGW Rod Hill Facebook is my spot where you can post some reports. So Portland, anywhere from flurries to maybe 3 inches, and 3 inches would be maybe up in the West Hills where it looks like we have a good 1.5 inches right now. There's Salem, McMinnville, couple to 4. Looking at the Cascade Foothill communities for maybe a bump of snow action, and then that winter storm warning all day out in Hood River with 4 to 8 inches. Lebanon, one of the spots where the storm's going to be pretty close to rolling right over, definitely off to an early start. Joanne putting this picture on my KGW Rod Hill Facebook page. Thank you very much. And down in Albany, also more in the bullseye path of the storm, accumulating pretty good. Cassandra posting this pic earlier today. And again, just go to my page, and whatever the last post is, post your pic as a comment. That's the the quickest way I can get it on the air. So here's 9:30 this morning, and again, it looks like by 9, the snow is pretty much out of the I-5 corridor, including you folks in Salem, with the storm in the Cascades and the gorge, and then continuing to push off to the east. So it's 6:40 right now. So let's say on average we have maybe 2 more hours of potential sticking snow in the area. 36, that's along the Columbia River. Salem's 33, Kelser's 33. Downtown Portland at KGW, we are now at 32 degrees, and we're right around freezing to below through the gorge itself. You heard Christine report 32 in Hood River. It's 30 out in the Dalles. If you are going to the coast, right now the Coast Range passes look to be decent. They haven't had a lot of snow. That would be snowier going to Newport than it would be on Highway 26 going into Seaside and up to Astoria, for example. Temperatures at the beach today hitting 40 or better. In the valley, we'll be in the 30s, but we will be above freezing during the day. Again, accumulating snow here expected to end no later than about 9 this morning. Up in Longview, where so far it's still dry, you may stay dry. Temperature gets up to about 41 degrees. That storm warning continues all day. However, out in the gorge, east winds are blowing out there. And tonight, mainly dry down to 26. Tomorrow, still chilly, but mainly dry. just some snow showers. We don't think that sticks. Wednesday, this is another system that tracks way to our south that will just throw some clouds and maybe some flurries up our direction. Chris, I mentioned the Coast Range highways to me look mostly not bad. Have you had a chance to look at any of those?
Coast Range generally not in too bad a shape unless you get down towards like the Newport area and west of Newport. Dudley Hill, Highway 20 not in great shape, and Highway 20, by the way, over the Cascades closed because of an avalanche over the Santiam Pass. But a number of issues there. I wanted to get you back closer to the metro area. This just tweeted out by the Washington County Roads Department. This is a snapshot from one of their cars making the trek up Barnes Road. Of course, as you go up and over Skyline Boulevard, you got to go up to nearly 1,000 feet. They're saying that trucks and buses are not making it up the hill now. This from Washington County heading east up Barnes Road towards Burnside and Skyline. So they're telling folks to chain up. That, of course, is one of the snow zones in the Portland metro area, right? Washington County roads, a different perspective of Barnes at Burnside. There's some snow coverage there. Cornell Road out near 143rd, there's some snow coverage there. Murray Boulevard's had some snow coverage in places as well. And a live look at the sunset out near Murray Boulevard. It looks like Highway 26 is in relatively good shape, but maybe the overpasses and Murray itself seeing some snow here and there. Also wanted to take you farther south down towards Albany and I-5 in the Albany area. Certainly snow covered in some places this morning. The farther south you go, the heavier and the deeper the snow gets. Guys?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Speaking of that, we want to show you a live picture as we head to break from Salem. Tim Gordon is in a neighborhood there, and you can see the snowflakes in the light. We'll also check in with Peabot and talk about metro area roads. Tons to talk about as our snow coverage continues on this Monday morning.
You love your brand new home, but your builder didn't seal or protect your granite countertops or bathroom tile. It has to be done. Call Permatreat today for a free estimate.
Find financial balance. Ditch your high-rate credit cards and transfer those balances to an IQ Visa credit card. A special 24-month balance transfer rate as low as 1.99% APR.
What are these? They're, incredible. Who? Stanton Optical. So, Stanton thinks they can challenge my throne? I got 2 pair and a free eye exam. It was so easy I did it all during lunch. Who's giving you lunch breaks? Stanton!
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam. Now that's easy eye care.
I'm Dr. Young Shin, Chief of Cardiothoracic Surgery, Kaiser Permanente Northwest. When we started this program, we never really said we want to have consecutive 8 years of the highest distinction, but we have. Between our quality outcomes and coordinated system, top doctors and surgeons come to us wanting to be part of our team. We want the best quality of life for our patients. We want them to get back to doing what they love with the people that they love so that they can continue to thrive.
Wait, Xfinity lets me choose from crazy fast internet speeds and pick the types of channels I want?
Yep, now you can get a package that's just right for you.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is the 4th best day of my life.
Get more of what you want and less of what you don't.
Nailed it.
You think so?
Yeah. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for $34.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today.
Need a tummy tuck? The lipo-lifted aesthetic medicine can permanently remove body fat and tighten skin in a single easy procedure. Take advantage of 0% financing with payments as low as $200 per month.
Visit drdarm.com, then call for a free consultation.
This is the Chevy Equinox. Beautiful.
Wow. Ooh, this is fancy.
That's the available HD surround vision camera.
The top of your car?
Mm-hmm. It helps you see dangers around the vehicle.
What is that?
Wait, what is that? What is that?
These are big alligators. So who's getting out first?
Get 0% financing for 60 months on most Equinox models, or current GM owners can get $3,500 total cash allowance when financing with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Good morning. Start with KGW News at Sunrise.
This morning, wake up to all the Oscar buzz. Savannah's live in LA. We'll bring you the winners, the big surprises, and the fashion. All the highlights from Hollywood's biggest night of the year. This morning, only on Today.
Hey everybody, welcome back at 6:46. You know, today we had planned on running this story on InstaClose. And this is something, you know, when you see on these apps and all these clothes look really cute and sometimes they're super cheap. Our investigative reporter Kristen Severance did this whole investigation. It was really fun because, Brenda, this was you ordering, was it a jacket that
It was supposed to be a jacket.
Okay.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be. I ordered a dress and we just wanted to see if they kind of passed the test, how they turned out. And our story was going to air this morning, but because of all the weather coverage, you guys, we want to dedicate as much time to covering the weather and the road conditions. So here's the deal. We're going to bring that story on Wednesday right here on Sunrise, and Kristen will be in. You guys don't want to miss it because you have to see if those clothes are worth it. You see them on Instagram.
The other thing that we're going to air tomorrow, I want to let you know we've got a fantastic carpool with none other than Montel Williams. If you lost track of him back with his talk show, oh no, he's got a brand new gig and it's bringing him to Portland. Nice. So that's going to air tomorrow morning on Sunrise.
In reverse order, Wednesday, Instaclothes.
Yes.
Tuesday, Montel Williams. Monday, which is this morning, snow. Let's take a look at Timberline Lodge right now. Rod just to give us an update, about 16 to 18 inches of snow has fallen already there. Timberline Lodge. So if you want a lot of snow, you have it right there up on the mountain on this Monday morning. But really, we have snow throughout the area. We know Salem, one of the harder hit areas. Let's talk about Portland right now, though, because Dylan Rivera from the Portland Bureau of Transportation is on the phone with us right now. Dylan, let's talk about really the preparation for this storm, because we were talking about it starting heavily on Friday. What were you doing to get us ready for this Monday morning commute?
We got all of our trucks, 6-yarders, 12-yard dump trucks, and attached snow plows to them. We use this equipment year-round, and so we have to convert a ordinary-looking dump truck into a snow plow for events like this, and we did that Friday in preparation. We had extra crews over the weekend, and last night we salted all our salt routes and de-iced all the major hills and bridges that we de-iced.
And Dylan, talk a little bit about the salted routes. I know people want to know where and how much we're talking.
Yeah, so Germantown, Skyline, West Burnside, those key routes on the west side that historically have had road closures, those are on our salt routes, as well as we've added Mount Scott, Mount Tabor, and some areas in the Gateway area as well. You can see it all on our Winter Weather Center, portlandoregon.gov/winter, and see a map of those routes.
So, Dylan, I know our Chris McGinnis was reporting a few minutes ago that drivers are having a hard time getting up West Burnside as it turns into Southwest Barnes. What do you know about that?
That is a known trouble spot. West Burnside goes up to about 1,000 feet near the cemetery, and so we work closely with Washington County on the requirements there. We've been salting West Burnside to make sure it's passable. We set up a chain-up area on West Burnside and a chain-up area on Southwest Sam Jackson going to OHSU, so folks have that safe space to pull over and apply your snow chains so you're ready to go.
But you haven't heard specifically about a problem up there. Like Brenda was saying a moment ago, Chris McGinnis was saying that people were having a hard time getting up the hill. You haven't heard that yourself?
No, we're monitoring it, and no, I have not heard that specifically. In the City of Portland section of West Burnside. You know, the city limits and the county line meet there between, you know, near the cemetery, and we're watching it closely, and we'll be applying road salt again there this morning.
All right, Chris McGinnis, I know you're right here. Go ahead and clarify for us.
And Dylan, just want to let you know that actually coming from the Washington County folks talking about the drive up eastbound on Barnes Road where you got to go up to Skyline Boulevard. Washington County, by the way, just now saying that all 3 of their snow zones are active. So that means you got to chain up in the 3 Washington County snow zones.
All right, good. Thank you so much, Chris.
All right, and Dylan, thanks so much for the information. Dylan Rivera with Portland Bureau of Transportation. Thanks for calling in. Quick note that we have a couple new school closures to tell you about. Amity and Sheridan have called it for today.
Okay. All this information coming around. Rod's like, hey, I've got something to say too. I've got information to pass along as well. The time is yours, Rod.
All right, let's show you the radar and just point out everything you see here is white, and that is in fact snow. And the deeper color of white, that's some heavier snow bigger flakes coming down, the more shallow gray colors, not as much. So here's a new band hitting the west side. This will be over 217 and moving up toward the Salmon Creek area. Again, everything's kind of moving north and off to the east. So you folks up in Longview, you're still missing out. You folks in Clascanine, still missing out. You folks in Vernonia, just barely catching a dab so far. And there's US 30 and 26 where we have snow. It seems like it's pretty even Steven from the west side to the east side this morning. Really haven't heard any reports of there being any more snow in places like Gresham than we have like over in Beaverton, for example. Here's my biggest map of the day. 9 o'clock this morning. This bluish tone, purplish tone, that's the snowstorm moving east and clear away from the valley. So somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour by 9 o'clock, we think the accumulating snow comes to an end. And then it will just be some frivolous showers the remainder of the day. We still have a mix of above freezing and freezing spots. How about 31 in Beaverton, but 36 up at Pearson Airfield in Vancouver, 33 down in West Lynn, freezing in Kaiser, pretty much the same in Salem and Almsville where it's 33. Our bus stop weather. This afternoon, just some frivolous spotty showers around. Temperatures will be above freezing. If you're only going to get an inch at your house, all that will melt away this afternoon. And on the big board, snow showers across eastern Oregon expected today too. The storm warning continues for the Gorge and the Cascades. We'll be back after this.
Montel Williams is riding shotgun on KGW Carpool. No more talk shows. He tells me about his new gig in Portland and the one thing that shocked the heck out of him about Oregonians. Tomorrow on KGW News at Sunrise.
Come celebrate at the Portland Women's Expo, March 2nd at the Oregon Convention Center.
Choose from Oregon's largest selection at Curtis Trailers, Portland and Beaverton.
We will inform you on FM News 101.
Hot Tub Swim Spa Super Sale this weekend only at Portland Expo Center. Major manufacturer warehouse clearance. Everything must go. Save thousands on #1 rated swim spas. 200 units must be sold. This Friday through Sunday at Portland Expo Center.
These days, we're all expected to give a little more. More hours working, more time in traffic. We're all doing more. Isn't it time you got something more? Royal Moore Subaru gives you a lifetime powertrain warranty on every new vehicle, plus 10 years of unlimited roadside assistance. That's more reliability, more safety, more time doing what you love. More warranty, more value, more service. More is who we are.
Just rolling in, it's the 61st Annual Portland Metro RV Show at the Expo Center, March 6th through the 10th, with the best deals in the Northwest. Visit PortlandMetroRV.com for 2-for-1 admission coupons and details on how you can win free gas cards. Just imagine where it might take you.
There's a lot to smile about in every Volkswagen. Hurry in this President's Day and lease a 2019 Tiguan S4 Motion for just $209 a month. Now with the People First warranty.
Visit the Nautilus shop in Vancouver. Our fitness pros will match you with the right equipment to reach your goals. Come in today, take up to 20% off all our world-class brands and save up to $600. The Nautilus shop in Vancouver.
There's a new $1, $2, $3 menu hack at McDonald's.
Now you can choose 2 of your favorites for just $3.
Like a savory sausage McMuffin.
A classic McDouble.
Or a crispy McChicken.
You can even mix them up.
And here comes any size soft drink or any size coffee for $1.
It's the new Choose 2 for $3 on the $1, $2, $3 menu.
Hot Tub Swim Spa Super Sale this weekend only at Portland Expo Center. This is it. New 2019 spas from $29.95. Sponsored by #1 rated Marquee Hot Tubs. 200 units must be sold. 0% financing available and free admission. This Friday through Sunday only at Portland Expo Center.
5 minutes before 7 o'clock, just a heads up, we are going to stay on at least through the first half hour of the Today Show because weather, the big story today, and you guys are sharing that story with us by way of pictures and video. Cassandra sending us this shot from Albany, definitely further south, seeing more of that snow today, so there's an example right there. Deborah out in Hood River, we figured Hood River would see snow. Hood River has seen snow. Thank you, Deborah, for confirming that for us on this Monday morning. One more quick look from Mad Mac. He says, yes, Northwest Portland, KGW News. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow. Thank you, Mad Mac, for that.
Just a little bit. All right, let's check on traffic now. Chris, you seen any specific problem spots?
This one right behind me. This a tweet from the Washington County Roads Department over on Barnes. Okay, this picture, and I can step out of the way, giving you the eastbound vantage point, and they're telling us that trucks and buses are not making it up the hill to Skyline Boulevard. They're saying chain up. All 3 of Washington County's snow zones are now in effect. This is a quick look at a section of road near the Burnside intersection. You can certainly see some snow coverage there. Guys.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. And Rod, I'm telling you, it doesn't take much to create a problem.
No, it doesn't. Here's the radar. And if you are just waking up this morning, it looks like snow's picking up a little bit right now anyway on the west side. Here's the back edge of the storm, barely kissing Vernonia. And our Futurecast model shows accumulating snow will end at some point in the 8 o'clock hour. That's the weather for now.
Okay, and just a quick note, we were going to run a story today on Instagram clothing, you know, from those kind of cheap, pretty clothes that you see, and if they're worth it. But we're going to delay this until Wednesday during the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise, because today we are focused on weather. So Kristen Severance in studio on Wednesday with that story.
And one other note about tomorrow, we have a fantastic carpool with former talk show host Montel Williams. He is creating a new line of CBDs. So we're talking about that and much more. That's coming up tomorrow morning here on Sunrise.
Wednesday, the Insta close. Tuesday, Montel Williams. Today, it's a snow day, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a live look right now from our Wells Fargo Skycam. We're staying with you. Coming back in the 7 o'clock hour with all the traffic, the weather, and our crews that are scattered throughout the area on this snow day.
Find financial balance. Ditch your high-rate credit cards and transfer those balances to an IQ Visa credit card. A special 24-month balance transfer rate as low as 1.99% APR.
Okay, so you've been to the happiest place on earth. It's great, right? But I bet you haven't done this, or that, or been here. I bet you haven't met her, or him, or them. Ooh, dance off. And this is incredible. You see what I did right there? And when's the last time you felt like this? Or that, or, I mean, come on. That's basically a perfect moment. It's time to make some magic for as low as $70 per person per day.
You. All of you. How you live, what you love. That's what inspired us to create America's most advanced internet. Internet that puts you in charge. That protects what's important. That handles everything and reaches everywhere. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is Xfi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Here in Oregon, we're big city or we're small town, or sometimes no town. But we all benefit from lottery funding. Learn more at OregonLottery.org. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
You've invested in your career, reliable transportation, and you've always put your family first. It's time to stop hiding your teeth.
You don't need to be embarrassed about your teeth anymore. We're here to help. Whether it's full mouth reconstruction, veneers, or implants, we're here to guide you through each step of the process.
Isn't it time to invest in the smile you've always dreamed of?
This is KGW News at Sunrise.
And it is 7 o'clock. We are bringing you special coverage of the snow. It is falling everywhere. We have our crews in the gorge in Hood River. We've got them down in the valley in Salem. So much to talk about. Not a typical Monday morning.
We say good morning to everyone on this Monday. It should be pointed out, a lot of people watching us on the big screen, of course, at home, but we can count the numbers on our live stream, KGW.com, and so many of you watching us today on the smaller screens as well. So we say good morning to all of you, whether you're on the big screen or the small screen, but let's show you this screen right now because we have lots of school closures and delays this morning. Not only do we have these full screens to tell you about, you can see there on the bottom of the screen, the scroll rolling throughout our coverage here this morning. Some of the big ones I'll just mention real quickly as far as closed school districts. Salem-Kaiser. We heard about that one early on. That's a big one. Hood River, Corbett, Stevenson, Carson, Amity, Sheraton, again, among the closed school districts today. 2-hour delays. A lot of the big school districts are on 2-hour delay this morning. Park Rose, Reynolds, Portland Public, of course, the big guy right there, Portland Public, 2 hours delayed. Lake Oswego, Beaverton, Hillsborough, Tiger, Tualatin. Again, if you didn't get all that right there, you've got that crawl running on the bottom of your screen, whether it be big or small.
We're going to take a quiz on that. I hope you remembered all of those names of all those school districts.
Memorized, Ashley.
There you go. All right, well, with our extended coverage here, we want to check in now with meteorologist Rod Hill. And Rod, we should maybe be out of this by what, 8 to 10 still?
8 to 9 o'clock. Everything will pull away from the valley, and the accumulating part of our snow day will be over. So that gives us maybe as little as another hour to go. Here we are right now, dry at the beach. This is all snow that you see. Longview has missed out, and when we updated the forecast over the weekend, we thought Longview would probably not see any of this with the storm too far to the south. Right on the edge is Vernonia. We do have snow up Highway 30. There's St. Helens and Scappoose. It looks like amounts are anywhere from grassy dustings to an inch on average. We have a little bit more than that up in the West Hills. Here's our 9:30 Futurecast model that shows everything has now cleared the area. After that, just some frivolous showers scattered about the remainder of the day. Some areas above freezing with wet roads. Other areas are getting icy. 36 of Vancouver, that's Pearson Airfield. 35 downtown Portland. 32 out in Hillsborough. And then down in Salem and Kaiser, where we've had the most snow. 32, 33-degree temperatures. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Rod, back over to the west side, and a reminder that Washington County has now activated all 3 of their snow zones. And here's a photo from just about 20 minutes ago. Obviously kind of dark. As the sun comes up, we'll see a little bit better. But this is the eastbound drive up Barnes Road, headed towards Skyline Boulevard. And the county tweeting out that trucks and buses are not making it up the hill, at least on the Washington County side of Barnes. So chain up on that side of town. Some of the other roads as we check out Barnes near the intersection with Burnside, and you can see with good reason, right? We've got certainly some pretty good snow coverage there. A check of Cornell Road out near 143rd. That looks really wintry as you get a little bit deeper into Washington County. And another shot of Murray Boulevard a little farther south towards Maverick Street. And you can see there that we've got a little snow coverage there as well. Quick look at the freeways. This is Highway 26 out near Cornelius Pass Road. There's the westbound exit ramp towards Cornelius Pass, and that's a typical lineup. But certainly looks like there's some pretty good snow coverage on the side of the roads. The freeway itself is in pretty good shape. Not the case south of town, guys. I-5 down in the Albany area, and especially between Albany and Eugene, it is a winter wonderland in that part of the viewing area this morning. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Chris. And we can't forget about the capital city of Salem. We sent Tim Gordon down there. And Tim, Rod has been telling us that is also kind of one of the bullseyes of this storm system.
Yeah. We're in the bullseye, Brenda. And, you know, we were up at 700 feet. There were a couple inches of snow. Now we're at, my phone says 517 feet. We're in a neighborhood here. This is Radiance Avenue. And there's an inch of snow on the ground here. It's a beautiful sight. It's really gorgeous. We've been getting around fine with our studded snow tires and all-wheel drive, but definitely some slipperier conditions up in the higher elevations just off the valley floor here in Salem, where the snow is definitely sticking. Temperature 32 degrees, according to the car thermometer. And we'll just give you a look. These people, smart, got the windshield wipers up on the Subaru, so they're ready to go. We've seen a few people, you know, waking up and heading out this morning out of this neighborhood. But we'll walk you up to the street here. This is Liberty Road South, so we're in South Salem, Southwest Hills, and you know, they plowed through this neighborhood. Plow came through. I thought that was impressive. This is kind of a main neighborhood street, but they did come through, went in and came back out with that plow blade down, and they've definitely hit the main streets. Liberty is one of those, and you can see, you know, it's not terrible. It's definitely you need to use caution, but at 32 degrees and with some treatment down and plows running, you know, it's passable. It's not bad. Just got to be careful. But that said, it's thicker up higher, and there's a lot of kids that live up higher, and for that reason, probably the Salem-Kaiser School District called it really early this morning and said, nope, no school today. So the kids got to probably wake up and head out and maybe get the sled out this morning and have a little fun before it all melts away. It's a beautiful scene in Salem, but do be cautious if you're driving in this area. Guys, back to you in Portland.
Okay, Tim, thank you very much. Let's head out toward the gorge. Christine Pitawanich is out in Drive 8 checking out Hood River. Christine, how are things looking where you are?
Well, looking pretty snowy out here in Hood River. Let me give you a live look right now of downtown Hood River. You can see snow coming down, definitely sticking all over this area. We took I-84 from downtown Gresham-ish area, and I-84 was pretty clear, I'd say, up until probably around Cascade Locks, where snow started sticking a little bit. We started our morning out kind of in the East Multnomah County area, and as far as we knew, or as far as we saw, when we were out there, things were just kind of wet. Things were sticking a little bit, but mainly wet in both, let's see here, Gresham, Sandy, Troutdale was totally dry. But the further east you head into the gorge, the more the snow sticks. Of course, that is something that we kind of expected to see. Our car thermometer now reads 31 degrees. So I know we have another maybe couple hours left of the snow kind of storm watch, so we'll have to see exactly how much snow will fall, but the still it's early, guys. The snow's still falling here in Hood River. Back to you.
All right, Christine, thanks a lot. One place we haven't checked in with yet is public transit. We're talking about TriMet. So we have Tia York on the phone right now. Tia, the good news is, and I guess the reason we haven't spoken to you to this point is because you haven't really experienced any problems. What were the preparations, though, to make sure this morning was problem-free?
Sure. We've been getting ready all weekend long just in case the storm materialized. We chained up a couple of buses, not a couple, but we chained up some buses at each one of our garages, and we also sent out buses that are equipped with drop-down chains to some of our higher elevation routes this morning.
It sounds like, though, those buses with those drop-down chains haven't had to drop them down. They've actually been getting by without the use of the chains. Is that right?
As far as I know, yes. I mean, those chains are best used when conditions change quickly. So if a driver notices a slippery section of road, they can drop them down and then easily remove them.
So, Tia, just want to make sure to be clear, if people are experiencing problems on their commute, or if they know of an area near where they live where there is a problem this morning, once again, you're saying there is no problem as far as TriMet concerned, so maybe that is the solution ultimately for commuters on this Monday.
Yes, TriMet's a great option for anyone heading out to work or school, maybe a little bit late this morning. We're experiencing no problems on bus, MAX, or our West commuter rail. We do ask riders who are heading out to dress warmly, keep an eye on the forecast, and as always, check trimet.org/alerts before you go, just in case conditions change.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to give our viewers a peek behind the curtain. Tia, you used to work here as a producer. Do you miss snow days in the media, or do you like that side of it better?
Well, I'll say I guess I'm still experiencing snow days. I've been up since 3:30 this morning checking the forecast and sending out those updates. So the nice part about it is that I'm able to do this from the comfort of my home.
There you go.
And I'm not out in the cold weather or spending hours upon hours in the control room producing this coverage.
Well, we appreciate you calling in and sharing all the information with your writers and our viewers. Best to you. I'm sure we'll be talking again.
Yeah, if Tia was trying to avoid,
you guys have a good day.
Sorry, Tia, if she was trying to avoid snow days, going to TriMet was probably not the best bet. I mean, she's going to be busy on snow days, whether she's here or she's with TriMet. Rod Hill, another busy man here this morning.
Real quick, sorry to interrupt, but we just got a text from our producers that Beaverton School District has canceled classes for today, so that's a big one.
And again, a couple weeks ago, we said it would snow in Beaverton. I'm having a chuckle because remember that was one of the big stories last time, is that it didn't snow in Beaverton, and we thought that one event would be more widespread. That was just on the east side, but this one's pretty widespread. Nobody really has what I would call a ton of snow, but most areas at least have some white on the ground. Here's the current radar. Now this storm is slowly pulling off to the east, so the back edge pretty much on the east slopes of the Coast Range, and so far Longview has totally missed out. There you can see Vernonia, in fact, just even getting barely some flurries, and Claskenine is dry. But from Vancouver through Portland, Hillsborough, Gresham, all the way down into Salem and Albany, it is snowing. Our Futurecast shows that the back edge of accumulating snow, that's this colored area, moves out of the valley at some point, probably before 9 o'clock this morning. Some live cameras now that we're getting into the daylight hours. This is our Stoller Family Vineyards camera down in the wine country. And you can tell that's just some light snow on the hills down there, but certainly a beautiful scene. And at the vineyard, it is below freezing at 29 degrees. Here's the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club. Evidence of snow out on the west side this time. Let's see what the temperature is out there, right at freezing at 32. Now this is curious. I wouldn't say I'm exactly 100% positive this camera is working, but I think it is. And it shows the Camas Meadows Golf Course, which last time around had 6 to 8 inches on the ground, has nothing this morning. We do have east winds. Typically you think, well, more snow on the east side than the west side. So that's another sign that, boy, once you think you have weather forecasting figured out, it's just not easy to pinpoint all these different areas. It's a very light dusting, kind of a grassy dusting in downtown Portland from the top of the Wells Fargo building. The temperature out at PDX along the Columbia River has been holding above freezing at 37. This shows 35 in downtown Portland. Again, a grassy dusting, 32 out on the west side. So strangely, there are more cold temperatures out on the west side than there are here on the east side. So again, not everybody wants a pinpoint forecast for their exact neighborhood, and I'm telling you, the science of meteorology just isn't that good. 32 in Kaiser and Salem. So far, the reports on average have been up to about 2 inches on the ground, maybe pushing 3 in some spots of Salem. Our planner shows that with the snow ending mid-morning, we'll see some spotty showers later today. Temperatures generally are expected to hover in the 30s, maybe 40 degrees at most. Chris McGinnis is coming up, but I do want to show you the 7-day real quick. Dry tomorrow, but really cold. This is just frivolous light snow, we think, at times on Wednesday and Thursday. Here comes Chris.
Well, that's good. Frivolous light snow we can deal with, right? The snow is still falling at a good clip on the west side. This is a live look at Highway 26 out near Cornelius Pass Road. And that lineup that you see with the headlights there, that's the westbound commute trying to get to the Cornelius Pass Road exit. Now, typically this time of the morning, we see a lineup trying to get onto the southbound section of Cornelius Pass, but this is traffic trying to get, or this traffic over here is traffic trying to get onto northbound Cornelius Pass. And just north of the freeway, we have had a couple of reports of crashes in the North Plains area and West Union and whatnot. In fact, one showing up still on our map here, actually a little farther to the east near the intersection of Germantown and Old Germantown Road. And of course, Murray Boulevard has been one we've been able to show some of these screen grabs from the Washington County cameras. And you can see the road's actually in a little bit better shape right now in some cases than it was just 30 minutes ago, but then we look at the freeways and you can see in some cases we still have snow coverage. So hit and miss appears to be the variety of the snow across the metro area. This shot right here, guys, at 217 shows southbound traffic coming at you near TV Highway, and that appears to be getting along just fine this morning.
All right, thank you, Chris. And as we head to break, we want to give you a couple of viewer videos from the Eugene area. That is seriously the bullseye. They are getting dumped on by snow, and you can see it there in a parking lot and also in some of the natural areas. We can also tell you that Pacific Power is reporting that from Eugene to Roseburg, about 30,000 people are without electricity.
Wow.
On a cold morning like this, that is not what you want. We will check in with our crews and have more extended snow coverage here on KGW. Don't go away.
Weekday mornings, KGW meteorologist Rod Hill is on it, alerting you first.
Super cold.
School closures and delays updated fast.
Snow rotating.
Traffic expert Chris McGinnis helping you stay safe.
Really treacherous. The traffic is almost stopped.
Whether you've lived here your whole life,
here's our storm coming,
or it's your first winter,
this is not normal.
The most accurate,
with snow bullseye,
most trusted morning team, KGW News at Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
You know when you're at Ross and, well, you realize you can totally eat out more. That's Yes for Less. Get the latest spring trends for your home at 20 to 60% off specialty store prices at Ross. Yes for Less.
Show me The Crown. Show me Homecoming. Baby sloth videos on YouTube.
Amy, do you mind giving someone else a turn?
Oh, yeah, I've made myself a little comfortable here.
I got a pizza for Amy.
Yes, that's me.
Xfinity lets you search Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube with the sound of your voice.
And I don't have my wallet, so...
That's simple, easy, awesome. Experience the entertainment you love on X1. Access Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and more, all with the sound of your voice. Click, call, or visit a store today.
Spirit Mountain Casino brings magic to the mountain with Kevin and Caruso's Magic. Be astonished at signature illusions, glorious gimmicks, and fantastic surprises. Experience magic, comedy, and more with Magic. Saturday, March 9th at Spirit Mountain Casino.
You know when you go to Ross and find exactly what you need?
Yes.
For your growing family? That's Yes for Less. Every everything your pet needs at 20 to 60% off specialty store prices. At Ross, yes for less.
Montel Williams is riding shotgun on KGW Carpool. No more talk shows. He tells me about his new gig in Portland and the one thing that shocked the heck out of him about Oregonians. Tomorrow on KGW News at Sunrise. Hey, welcome back. It is 7:16. If you're usually tuning into the Today Show, we will get to it shortly, but we have a lot of snow talk to do this morning. One of the trouble spots that we've seen has been on Barnes Road on the Washington County side. Keely Chalmers is joining us live there right at 118th. Keely, we were hearing that folks heading eastbound on Barnes were having a hard time getting up the hill.
Yeah, that's what we heard too. So we were up at Miller and Barnes up the hill here, and we heard that. So we came here through this snow zone. As you can see, the county has enacted the snow zone. The light is flashing, and that means that chains are required or traction tires are required. So we headed west through the snow zone. We actually did not see any problems as we were driving here. We were looking for some maybe stuck cars or trucks, and really what we found was traffic, albeit going slowly, at least going. Didn't see any problems. At this point, it looks like the road here is really just slushy right now. You can clearly see snow piling up on the side of the roads, on the sidewalk here, but the pavement itself seems to be at this point just slushy. The snow is still falling, not quite as thick, those flakes, as we saw probably about an hour ago, but it is still falling. Traffic running at this point fairly smoothly, although drivers certainly going slower than normal. But so far, at least on this stretch of Barnes, we have not encountered any problems. We'll be out here throughout the morning, though. We're going to keep tabs on the situation, not only the snow situation, but also the road conditions out here as well. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Keely, thank you very much for that update.
All right, Keely's in close to town. We sent Christine Pitawanis, though, on the road. She headed out towards the gorge on this Monday morning. Wound up in Hood River. I know that there's a problem spot, it sounds like, in Hood River that you're going to check on right now. Christine, fill us in on the details.
Well, we were just driving around, checking things out as we've done pretty much all morning long, and we decided to come up this little hill here. I think we're on 13th here in Hood River, and you can see some cars just getting out of this area because it looks like this truck might be potentially stuck. I'm not sure. There's a Hood River police car around here as well. I don't know if you can see the officer talking to whoever's in the truck right now. But some of these hills have been a problem spot previously when we've been in Hood River. I know last time we were here, we saw another truck kind of get stuck up one hill. They had to back all the way down. Fortunately, it looks like there's some sand on this particular road. But here in Hood River, yes, snow still coming down. They're expecting more snow throughout the day. And we did take I-84 to get here. I'd say around Cascade Lock, snow started to stick a little bit. Oh, can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. Tires spinning on this truck. You can hear them too. Those even have chains on them. So yeah, some of these hills definitely a problem. And I know that we've been driving through Hood River. Some scattered residential streets also closed off. I'm not sure exactly when they were closed off, but we drove by, and I mean, with more snow on the way, who knows what other residential streets could get closed off. But if you're headed out here on I-84 into the gorge, expect to see snow, especially maybe sticking around the Cascade Locks area. But yes, we'll continue to monitor conditions here, and as you can see, as Rod was talking about, snow kind of blanketing this area, just not too much at this point, but of course, potentially more expected throughout the day. Back to you.
Christine, thanks a lot again. Some great vantage points there behind the wheel, so to speak, in Drive 8 this morning.
And you see Tim Gordon popping up on the screen here. He's out in a neighborhood in Salem. And Tim, have you seen people having trouble as they drive by?
No, actually we haven't. They came through here and plowed, and it's really not too bad on this neighborhood street. They plowed the street. What we see is cars that are going out with a couple of inches of snow on them. Those are cars that park outside. The car that's just leaving right now, Chad will swing around quickly and show you that Subaru. Obviously a garage car right there. She rolled down her window and waved, but her car is completely dry for now, but it's about to get wet and snowy. But yeah, we haven't seen that problem. Of course, it is slippery on these roads, and the higher up in elevation you go, the more snow we found in Salem. We were up at 700 feet and found 3 inches of snow up there. Down here, not quite as much at 500 feet, but certainly slippery. It's 32 degrees, so there's got to be slippery spots out here. In our location, haven't really seen that so much. I think the big headline down here in Salem is for the Salem-Keizer School District, the kids are out of school today, so thousands of kids are going to be out of school and hopefully get out and enjoy the snow a little bit this morning while it still exists here in Salem. Yeah, we're definitely one of the bullseyes, as we've been mentioning, with the snow continuing to fall now. We've seen it go from, at the valley floor to be a very wet, slushy snow to up at this elevation. It's a nice, dry, fairly dry snow coming down, small flakes right now. One thing I noticed, I think it's safe to cross the street, Chad, so we could just show this little thing I noticed here. On the grass, I'd say there's an inch and a half. It's trying to push 2 inches. But when you look at the sidewalk, it's not even an inch. I think it's because, it took a while to cool off to get to 32. The sidewalks are a little bit warmer, holding that any warmth from the day before. And so it just didn't amount to as much on the sidewalks or on the streets as much as well. So, but it's enough snow. I think it's time, don't you? I mean, why not? I think it's enough snow for one of these.
We knew it was coming. He's doing it.
Here we go.
Nice form.
Hey.
Hey, an angel named Tim.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. He has too much fun, I'm telling you what.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'd like to give a shout out as we go over to Rod Hill, but Tim, a proud father on this Monday morning. His daughter, Grace, won a state championship, high school gymnastics. She won the state title for the balance beam.
Awesome.
Wow. So congratulations.
Gordon, nice
yes.
work.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Representing the
thanks
family
a lot.
well.
It was awesome. I was off last week to see that on Friday. It was the last gymnastics event of her career, and she just aced it, and she's a state title holder, champion for 3A on the beam.
How exciting.
Awesome.
What a way
really
to
cool.
end it,
Thank
too.
you for
That's
that.
great. Yeah, congrats to her, Tim.
Go
hey,
Grace.
I wanted to make a quick note. Battleground schools are on a 2-hour late start in the district. It looks like they posted that last night. We haven't talked a ton about Clark County, I guess, this morning, but are things looking pretty good now?
Actually, I'm going to focus on that. Clark County, there are spots that totally missed it. East Multnomah County, go figure.
Right.
Gresham, nothing. Go figure. Take a look at this. All right. So on the radar, we've been saying everything is white, and we've been telling you that the storm is moving this way to the east, and we have seen the back edge of this kind of inch along. See this kind of dark gray area right here? That's the radar picking out kind of a break from the snow. So right now we got heavier snow on the west side. There are spots here on the east side not getting much of anything, and that's a sign that the accumulating part of our snow is on track to probably break up at some point in the 8 o'clock hour or by 9 o'clock this morning. All these light gray areas, hardly anything coming down. So we showed you earlier a camera from Camas Meadows Golf Course, where last time around they had 6 to 8 inches on the ground, nothing. Here's one of the cameras at a car dealership out in Gresham, and I mean nothing on the ground. So put your forecaster's hat on and say, I'm going to predict that this time around there's going to be nothing in Gresham, where there's an east wind coming in, a storm that's in fact moving east, and there's going to be more out in Washington County. You can't do it. So again, another sign that forecast meteorology with our little microclimates very seldom pinpoints every single neighborhood exactly correct. Now, we did believe that places like Lewis River up in Woodland, Washington, Klamath up into Longview would probably be too far north to get anything from the storm, and the golf course up in Woodland showing also absolutely nothing. It's a wet, grassy dusting here in Portland, if you're wondering what you're coming into, if you're going to be traveling into downtown. Out at the airport, it's 37. Downtown Portland here at KGW, we've been 32, 35 degrees this morning. For the valley, generally, we think in the 30s today, but above freezing. That means we will be melting some of the snow. And Tim Gordon reporting that Salem, for the most part, like the rest of our reports down there in our capital city, closer to 2 inches than 4. So it doesn't look like at least parts of Salem really got hit that bad either. This storm bullseye was south, down into Albany, over into Lebanon, down into Eugene especially. Longview hits 40 today. So far, no precipitation for you folks, and you probably stay mostly dry. Much of Clark County is a grassy dusting at best right now. And with the snow completely ending in just an hour or two in terms of accumulation, the rest of the day is just a spotty shower, 38 the high. In the 20s tonight, dry tomorrow and 39, but some icy spots. Chris, I was just pointing out cameras in places like Gresham and Camas where they're not getting anything on the ground this time around, sir.
Meanwhile, the west side still snowing, and this is a live look from Keely Chalmers' live shot out on the Barnes Road side of the Burnside Hill. You know, about an hour ago, the Washington County actually was letting us know that trucks and buses were having a tough time getting up that hill. Washington County still has chain requirements on their they've enacted the snow zones in their 3 snow zone areas. As we check out the west side freeways, we'll switch gears and show you the ODOT camera. This lineup that you see, by the way, on the Sunset westbound towards Cornelius Pass Road, that's somewhat typical of this hour of the morning drive. Folks trying to get to, you know, the Intel campuses and whatnot, but obviously you can still see some pretty good snow coverage on that side of town. And one other thing I wanted to point out as we give you a look at the Cascade Passes here, guys. This is Highway 20, or Highway 20, I should say. The Sandy M Pass closed because of a landslide. It sounds like we had a couple landslides, or not landslides, but avalanches over the weekend, and they are ODOT's still working to get that open. Right now, Highway 20 still a no-go. Guys?
All right, thank you, Chris. And one more time, we do want to update you on school closures and delays. You can see a few of the big ones: Salem, Kaiser, Beaverton, Hood River, Stevenson, Carson. Those are closed today. Let's move over to some of the delays, because we do have Portland Public Schools 2 hours late, Hillsborough, North Clackamas, Tigard, Tualatin, Lake Oswego. We also have those running at the bottom of your screen.
If you want to continue to watch on television, we've had the Today Show coming your way in a moment. If you want to watch us continue with this snow coverage, you can check us out online. The digital version of Sunrise continues on here in just a moment. Ashley and I will be here for that, Rod and Chris as well, and all of our crews that are scattered throughout the area on this Snow Day Monday.
Oh, up in there?
Like, I wonder whether.
Yes.